Welcome to Bristol, Rhode Island. Over the next half hour, please enjoy an insider's perspective to the local stories and dedicated Bristolians that make this grand civic, military, and firemen's parade a national spectacle. I am Ray Levy, chairman of the Bristol 4th of July Committee. I welcome you, and I wish you a safe and happy 4th of July.
Hi, I'm ABC6 News anchor John DeLuca.
And I'm ABC6 News anchor Alexandra Cowley.
Since 1785, all roads have led to Bristol on the 4th of July for the oldest continuous Independence Day celebration in the nation.
The 4th of July celebration is a culmination of 3 weeks of grand celebration, which begins on Flag Day, June 14th.
The legal separation of the 13 original colonies from Great Britain actually happened on July 2nd, 1776. The original resolution of independence was by Richard Henry Lee of Virginia, declaring the United States independent from Great Britain. Congress then turned its attention on forming a statement explaining this decision, which had been prepared by a committee of 5 with Thomas Jefferson as its principal author, which was ratified by the full Congress on July 4th, 1776. Well, the fact is that British had invaded Bristol during the Revolutionary period, and the town was burned, and much loot was taken by the British before the Americans could rally to defend themselves. Eventually, the Bristol and Warren residents chased the British from Bristol back to Newport, and then the tally was taken. We believe that much blood was shed by the British on the way to their fleet waiting for them at Bristol Narrow.
There were 2 or 3 bombardments of Bristol by British naval ships, and sometimes they were just looking for sheep and animals to feed their sailors or their troops. Other times they were doing kind of an enforcement to get the coastal towns to stop, being behind the cause of the Revolution. The major engagement in Rhode Island was down in Portsmouth. The Battle of Rhode Island was a battle that took up the lives for about 2 or 3 months of 30 to 40,000 men.
The celebration actually started as a grassroots movement in 1785, and it was begun by Reverend Dr. Henry White. He was the Congregationalist minister. He was also an actor in the Revolutionary War. So when he came to Bristol and took over the Congregational Church, the war was still raging, but he decided it was time to celebrate the Constitution. So it was in 1815 that the town council appointed its first celebration committee. And then it was later that when these things kept going on, all the marches, they decided to actually appoint a chief marshal who could organize things and get things going.
And my friend Mary Lou is here, and her grandchildren are coming, and her children, and all of her friends for 4th of July. And Mary Panarella lives here, and she was Mary McCarthy, my best friend. And now this is her house, and she lives there with her husband and her children and her grandchildren. They'll all come for the 4th, and all of the backyards will be filled with love.
I think it means family,
friends, and load the food. We used to go climbing ourselves and get the clams, and then come home and make chowder and clam cakes. And then they would eat the clam cakes as fast as we made them, so we never got out of the kitchen. This is the spot that we've always sat. Now, Poppy, who Sarah would have met when she was a baby, passed away in 1999, but this is his blanket. And we'd sit, all of the guests here. The kids would all get a flag and a balloon, and Poppy was the glue that kept it all together. Pop loved 4th of July. He'd get up and he'd run down Hope Street, you know, walking back and forth, looking up all his old friends, all his old neighbors. He was in his glory. He loved that. Then he'd come home and he'd say, "Are you going to go up to the corner?" And I said, "No, I'm not going up to the corner," because we were cooking, you know. But I mean, he would do that, I don't know how many times during the day, and I'd finally say, "When I hear the band, that's when I'm going to go up to the corner," not 1 minute before, because we were busy cooking here. But 4th of July was his day. He loved 4th of July. And he'd keep everybody happy till the parade came down here, and we'd all be excited with cold drinks and hats to keep the sun off our head. Old friends would come from the city, my mother's friends, my father's friends, my friends, then family on top of that. The children would enjoy the carnival, we would enjoy the parade, and of course, I mean, we would enjoy the food, and then the fireworks at night. So it hasn't changed that much, it's just got bigger. And when I was a little older than you know how you love Little House on the Prairie? I love Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. And he came right up the street, and I had a camera. First time I was taking a big picture. And I was going to take my very best picture ever of Davy Crockett. And I got it right in the center, and it was perfect. And I said, yes! Bristol is the 4th of July, and it's generational. It carries on. Your children kind of have their heart beating a little faster, thinking it's almost here.
Welcome back to Reflections of the 4th. I'm ABC 6 News Morning Anchor Doreen Scanlon.
And I'm Morning Anchor Michael Cross.
In Bristol and throughout our great land, June 14th is Flag Day.
Flag Day commemorates the adoption of the flag of the United States, which happened by resolution of the Second Continental Congress in 1777.
It also marks the beginning of Bristol's grand celebration of our nation's independence.
Red, white, and blue flags flying along the roads, on front porches, and pretty much everywhere else you look in the town of Bristol.
Happy Flag Day.
The patriotic pride showing up in the seaside town about 2 weeks before the 4th of July on Flag Day, which is June 14th.
It's the kickoff. I always try to have my house ready and flags up, and we decorate out there every year.
Nancy Correo's lived in Bristol all of her life. She's never missed a 4th of July celebration and lives right on the parade route.
We have a sense of pride in our country and our kids.
This year's Flag Day ceremony marking a special occasion as longtime town crier Jerry McNeil passes the baton to Michael Riley.
A little surreal, I guess, just being able to see everyone and seeing all the faces, seeing everyone that comes here from all over the country.
4th of July celebration committee officials joining town officials and the Chief Marshal by honoring the American flag on the town green.
We needed something for our nation to rally around at the very beginning during the Revolutionary War, and it was the flag. And that flag has so much meaning to so many people.
Flag Day was started by President Woodrow Wilson in 1916 by a proclamation. And in 1949, it became National Flag Day by an act of Congress.
Today, we honor not only the flag of our great country, but what it symbolizes. We are honoring freedom.
Every year, Bristol celebrates the annual Miss 4th of July and Little Miss 4th of July pageant at the Mount Hope High School Auditorium. I'm ABC 6 News anchor Liz Tufts. This year, 27 contestants competed with hopeful hearts to be judged and crowned as the 2015 Miss and Little Miss 4th of July.
Because I always strive to do my best.
Months of preparation all coming down to this one moment. The crowning of Bristol's Miss and Little Miss 4th of July, 18-year-old Jessica Tella and 9-year-old Alana Martin.
Oh my gosh, it was honestly the best feeling in the world. I was just so honored to actually be named Miss 4th of July.
I was really shocked that I got the Little Miss 4th.
27 girls vied to be parade queens. It's a big honor. But putting the pageant together is no picnic.
It's like a big puzzle. We put pieces of it together throughout the year.
The competition opens with a musical number, then comes the judging. The girls dress up in evening wear, and each answers a question drawn at random.
I would have the birthday party of my dreams. I would have a huge ice cream bar with unlimited candy toppings.
If I could be president of the United States for a day, I would definitely address bullying. Some poor children.
The original idea of a queen to reign over the 4th of July parade was that of Dr. D.V.A. Capone, Dr. Samuel Clark, and Anthony Agatello. The concept by them at this time was simply that of a beauty contest. Some of the original 1948 rules are still in effect today. The contestants must be Bristol residents, 18 to 20 years of age, and be single. So the winners of the first contest, so-called beauty contest, was awarded a silver cup by the committee, $50, which is good money in those days, and a bolt of gabardine cloth by Collins and Aikman.
A standing ovation in a sea of red, white, and blue for Bristol's next 4th of July Chief Marshal, State Representative Raymond Gallison.
I can't tell you how happy I am.
Gallison will be heading the town's 230th Independence Day celebration. The 4th of July Committee's general chairman makes the selection months in advance. The job of Chief Marshal is the town's highest honor.
It's an accolade that most people in Bristol dream about. Very few people get it.
And Gallison doesn't take that lightly.
I'm humbled and I'm honored that I was even asked, even considered. It's just been wonderful.
His proud wife tearing up during his announcement speech. She's a born and bred Bristolian.
It is a bit emotional tonight for all of us.
Gallison has had fun keeping the secret until the big announcement. He even had to tell a white lie to get out of work at the State House early.
Had to play a little trick and had the Speaker Secretary call down and say that the Speaker wanted to see me.
It's a huge honor to be asked to be the Patriotic Speaker at the 4th of July Parade in Bristol, because this is the center of the universe as far as patriotic speaking is concerned. Bristol is a synonym for community. I have never been in a place that is, on the one hand, so disparate in the nature of its inhabitants, and so together in its commitment to the idea of Bristol. And I think it is the 4th of July parade and the celebration that ties this community together. The speakers have very often, and most often, been from the local area, but occasionally have come from all over the country. But I think the most common theme has been for people who have been here for a very long time from the standpoint of their own ancestry. Descendants of Roger Williams, people that came over in the Mayflower. And I am a new citizen. I was born in Canada. I was on the other side during the war. And I think I speak for many residents of Bristol who are themselves new residents, new citizens, about the notion that patriotism is not something you necessarily inherit. It's something you can learn, and you can transfer your allegiance from one country to another. So I have a sticker on my refrigerator that says, I wasn't born in Bristol, but I got here as fast as I can.
Welcome back to Reflections of the 4th celebrating Bristol. I'm ABC 6 News anchor Melissa Randall. For more than 20 years, Jerry McNeil has been Bristol's town crier, leading the charge on Independence Day. This year, he's handing over those duties to a new, equally dedicated Bristolian. Since 1991, Jerry McNeil has called to the crowd with his bell, announcing the start of Bristol's grand July 4th parade.
22 years. Just getting started.
Bringing in smiles, pride, and another year of American independence, 2015 marks the end of Jerry's tenure as Bristol's longest-standing town crier.
I gave some serious thought to whether I should continue and have them carry me away, or I should simply back out slowly. So that's what I chose to do.
No longer will parade goers be on the lookout for his long white beard and familiar, kind face.
Seeing all my friends that I don't see all year long, and I see them on the parade route, that's one of the best.
Taking over the post and equally dedicated to the task at hand is Michael Riley, whose grandfather, James D. Riley, rang the town crier's bell from 1975 to 1989.
Seen my grandfather in the parade as the town crier, our first town crier, in 1975, and he did that to 1989. And having known Jerry all my life, most of my life, to see him in the parade all these years, and now all of a sudden I'm leading the parade.
I was the Chief Marshal in 1986, which was year 201. But I was the second woman Chief Marshal. 4th of July was never an outsider's perspective in my home. In my family. My mother was born on the 3rd of July, and so we celebrated it on the 4th. And from the time I can remember, 4th of July was such a special day. There were 2 days, Christmas and 4th of July. And even when it was much smaller in scope than it is now, it was always so special. My mother thought it was all for her, and she didn't really, but she acted as if she did. And my Aunt Teresa Donovan, who was the first woman ever to be a Chief Marshal back in 1957. I think she thought she invented it, because I don't think there was ever a parade that she wasn't in from the time she was young. She started the Bristol High School Band back in the 30s, the Colt Memorial High School Band, marched in the parade with the kids. That's when the band had 25, 30 kids in it. Sometimes she'd play the bass drum in the band if she couldn't get a kid that could march. So our family just ate up 4th of July like you wouldn't believe. And it's like having been President of the United States. You're always Mr. President till the day you die. And you've always been a Chief Marshal. It lives with you the rest of your life. I mean, the average person passing me on the street doesn't know that, doesn't care. But I mean, when things go on, when there are festivities, you know, and they introduce all the former Chief Marshals, you know, and you're one of them, it's really, really exciting, really exciting. And to have been the second one after my, you know, a member of my family is really, really great.
It's done in the spirit of volunteerism, in the spirit of Independence Day. We all are dedicated to keeping Bristol in the forefront of the Independence Day celebration in the United States. And it involves a great deal of effort and a lot of people on 30 different subcommittees throughout the year, culminated with the 4th of July parade itself on July 4th. It's a dedication to patriotism and what the United States stands for. And we celebrate the day and we celebrate our independence. There's 120 or so different personalities that have their own ideas of how things should be conducted. And we pride ourselves, and I say this all the time to my General Committee people at meetings, we have to learn to get along even though we have differences of opinion. And you'd be amazed at the ideas that some people in a meeting environment come up with that are very, very good and very productive that you would never expect to hear from the floor. My favorite years are 2012 and 2013 when I was the parade chairman. The first one, we were lucky enough to get Olivia Copo in when she became Miss America, and Gary Wetzel, who was a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient from the Vietnam War. It was the first time we had one in the parade. And also to give credit where it's due in producing and putting on this celebration for 3 weeks. None of this would happen without the support of the Town Council, Tony Texera, the Town Administrator, the Department of Public Works, the Police Department, the Fire Department, the business community. This is not just the 4th of July committee. This is a combination of everyone in the town of Bristol's effort to make this celebration what it is.
Thank you for joining us for another beautiful 4th of July here in Bristol, home to our nation's oldest continuous Independence Day celebration.
We hope you enjoyed Reflections of the 4th celebrating Bristol, our tribute to a long-standing tradition of community, a nation's proud history, and the people that make it all possible.
Happy 4th of July!
On the shores of Narragansett is a town we all hold dear. For her girls and geese and onions, won fame for many a year. Lafayette and General Washington came to this grand old town.
ABC 6 is proud to bring you coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. And now, live from Bristol, your hosts John DeLuca, Alexandra Cowley, Doreen Scanlon, and Liz Tufts.
Good morning and welcome to Bristol. We're so glad you decided to join us this morning for our live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. Let me be the first from ABC 6 to wish you a happy 4th of July. Alongside anchor Doreen Scanlon and Alexandra Cowley, I'm John DeLuca. It's a nice day for a parade. It's not hot, it's a little cloudy, but you know what, that's just right for everybody.
Yeah, no worry about sunburn or
That's
downpours
true. No
like
sunblock.
last year, right?
ABC 6 app is showing 69 degrees with broken clouds. We'll take it. We'll take the broken clouds as long as they're not pouring on us.
Yes,
as
as
they
long
were
as the
last
clouds
year.
don't break and the rain comes.
Correct, correct.
A lot of folks out here already getting ready to see this parade walk by us, and everyone's decked out in their finest red, white, and blue.
Well, you can't help but notice America's most patriotic town right from the street with the red, white, and blue paint, along with everyone head to toe wearing patriotic colors. If you don't get a few goosebumps or something in this
You
little
do.
slice of Americana, something's wrong.
Can I admit something really quick? On my way here, I had the country music blaring. Of course, they're playing every patriotic song imaginable. And I know how to get here, right? But I was so in the moment, windows down. There's so many decorations around that I passed where I was supposed to be. So I'm a little embarrassed about that, but I didn't get bothered by it. I was a little bit late, but listen, that's what it's all about today. I just felt so patriotic and awesome when you're in Bristol. How can you not?
Right, it's the 4th of July. It's supposed to be a fun, easy day with family and friends just celebrating America, and that's exactly what we're doing here in Bristol today.
Family and friends joining us along the parade route. We're here at Hope and Church. Liz Tufts is with us at Hope and Church. She joined us now live from the parade route. Liz.
I have to sing a little bit. I'm so excited.
Oh, no.
And I just, okay, this is why I'm so excited. This is my first parade here in Bristol because usually I'm back at the station anchoring for John, Allie, and Doreen. But they let me out tonight. And I don't know if they're going to like this because I'm kind of hooked up on coffee right now. This is my first parade, and I happened to find someone who could actually relate to this. Believe it or not, we're going to introduce Mildred. Can you zoom in on Mildred? She is 85 years old, and this is your very first parade here in Bristol. Why did you take so long to finally come out here?
We took our children to parades in our neighborhood, but to us, Bristol was far.
Far? You're from Warwick.
Yeah, it seemed far. When you're in Warwick, it seems far.
Typical Rhode Islander, right?
That I had the opportunity to come today, thanks to my daughter, and I'm enjoying it. I love being with the people.
What are you most, psyched to see? The bands, the floats?
I love music. Any kind of music. I love music. I play it all the time. I love music.
Okay. Now, she happened to be sitting with someone, they don't know each other, complete strangers, but someone who can kind of give her some pointers, Peggy from Swansea, and she is 78. You actually used to live in Bristol, so what kind of pointers are you going to give Mildred today?
Just enjoy the whole parade. There is nothing like it in this world. Bristol puts on the best 4th of July parade in the world. I have been coming, as you say, since I was 13 when I lived here, and I still make it a point to come every year.
Does it get better, year after year?
Of course. Every year. You get to enjoy it more because, when you're a kid, you come to see the people. Now you say, I want to see the parade and what's going on. And the different groups that are in the parade. It's wonderful.
All right, so give Mildred there some pointers. All right, guys, I'm going to throw it back to you, but I have another interview set up and a little teaser. She's very tiny, a tiny little girl, and she's really young. It's her first parade. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Liz. Certainly want to hear that. And Mildred's right. It is a long way from Warwick to
It's
Bristol.
very far.
It really is. It's a long way. You can't get there from
And if
here.
you're like me, you'll get lost.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you, Mildred.
Thanks,
I really don't.
But we won't disappoint Mildred today. We have 23 bands that are going to be performing for us along the parade route today.
We're going to take a quick break, but we will be right back with ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
Welcome back, everybody, to ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. You can really feel the excitement starting to build here on the corner of Hope and Church.
I think we have the best spot in the house. I
We
really do.
really do.
I say that every year.
I feel kind of bad about it,
Okay.
We can just invite everybody up here.
Yeah,
if you
come
guys want
on
to
up.
see this, we can fit you. We've got plenty of space up here. Come and see what we see. It's incredible. We've
But
got a
if
great
you can't
spot.
make it out, please get comfortable, enjoy the afternoon with us, and what should be a fantastic 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. So many parts of this, of course, recognizing the brave men and women who have served over the years, protecting us, guaranteeing the freedoms and liberties that we enjoy as our nation. And we want to take a moment and recognize the Cardys, Nick, Ron, and Pete, and Cardys Furniture, for the things that they do to help local veterans.
Featured on the cover of our summer edition of Casa magazine is the American flag sofa, available exclusively at Cardys Furniture.
Net proceeds from the sale of this beautiful piece go to Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, supporting our service members Rhode Island and the Rhode Island Veterans Home in Bristol, Rhode Island.
The Rhode Island Veterans Home is a 110-acre complex located on Mount Hope Bay, where we provide nursing care, quality nursing care for the state of Rhode Island's war veterans. We're designing a brand new community living center facility at the same site where we will provide quality nursing care, rehabilitative, social services, and medical care for our state of Rhode Island's veterans.
The employer support of the Guard and Reserve is a Department of Defense organization aimed at creating and growing the relationship between our civilian employers and our National Guard and Reserve members. We are there to help our service members and our employers help deal with the dual status career of a citizen soldier, and we also there to help create employment opportunities for those service members and really just bridge the gap in the transition between military life and civilian life.
Operation Stand Down Rhode Island operates over 59 units of permanent as well as transitional housing for low-income and disabled veterans across the state of Rhode Island and helps thousands of others in the community as well.
Several members of our family have served in the armed forces, and several employees have served and are still actively involved in their organizations.
Serving those who serve and who have served has always been an important part of our community involvement. Bottom line is that we enjoy the freedom we do because of what they have and continue to do.
We kindly ask that you take the time to visit the social media sites of Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, ESGR, and the Rhode Island Veterans Home to see the fabulous work that they do each and every day.
To all veterans, active military and their families, from all of us at Carty's Furniture, we thank you for your service.
Once again, thank you, Nick, Ron, and Pete and Carty's Furniture for all that you do supporting our local veterans. And I can't help but say, love the couch.
Yeah.
The Patriotic American flag couch. That is fantastic.
That's what we should be sitting on.
That's a great idea.
Next year.
Very
next
comfortable.
year.
Idea.
Yeah.
Really great. And make sure you thank a veteran today. I mean, they're everywhere, and that's really what today is all about. We're going to toss it back out to Liz Tufts, who's grabbing people who are excited for the parade to start on Hope Street. Hey, Liz.
Hey guys, you might be a little worried because I'm actually behind a grill right now. I'm cooking, yeah, so be afraid. But besides the floats, the bands, the number one thing I think is the food. Many people are packing their coolers with stuff, but Leo,
not Leo.
I know, but here at Leo's, we're here now with the owner, and what are you cooking up right now?
We've got a full array of, am I looking at you? Yeah. Yeah, a full array of sausage and peppers, hot dogs, hamburgers, pizzas. We're serving drinks. We're keeping it kind of basic on the grill, and people are coming down. You know, there's people walking around all morning long, just kind of having a good time and getting all this great food to eat.
Now, I see a line forming. It's 10 in the morning, and people are eating sausages. But they've been up forever, right?
I think it speaks more to the quality of the food that we're putting out here, along with the fact that they've been waiting probably about 8 hours to eat something. So, yeah, people have been lining up. They were lining up around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting their spots. So it's fun. You know, people are out here. They're having a great time.
So how many sausages do you think that you're going to go through today? Are you prepared for this? Do you have enough?
I am prepared. I am prepared to sell at least up to 20 dozen. So we're hoping.
Okay, so other than the food, you guys have a prime spot here.
Yes.
First come, first serve?
It's kind of like, you know, you got to know somebody. If you know me, then we get you in. You know.
Well, I'm going to try one of these sausages, and I might drop some off over there at the anchor desk if you're lucky, but I'm going to be cooking them, so you have to be honest about how they taste, guys.
Thank you, Liz.
It's the 4th of July. We don't want to criticize on the 4th of July.
No, I'm sure they're going to be fantastic.
And by the way, Paul Mancini's such a good sport. And Doreen, you know this from interviewing many times. We always call him Leo because it's at Leo's restaurant, and we see him and we see the face of it and think it's Leo, but it's not. It's Paul Mancini.
Paul from Leo's.
Paul
from Leo's.
He corrected her. We got it for the rest
Lots
of the
of
show.
sausage, and just like a unique Rhode Island experience at the 4th of July parade is unique American experience. You got to know a guy. To get into Leo's to get a good spot.
Well, hopefully Leo brings some of those sausages over here. I think we've earned them.
Yeah, but Leo's also helped in feeding our crew that's here helping us put on this live coverage today. So we want to say a big thank you to him as well this morning.
And look at our set right here. Quarry Brothers, you can see right there, Unilock. Look at how nice this is. Gorgeous. What a
Absolutely
gorgeous
beautiful.
shot that is.
Love
This, I think, is the point of view camera from the porch of Leonard Place. Or that was the point of view camera from Leonard Place. And there's another shot we have here. The jib camera walking over us. Hello.
we have somebody waving. Hello.
There's the point of view camera
Happy
from Leonard
4th of
Place.
July.
It's a little something different, folks. This is what folks on their porches along Hope and High Streets are seeing as the parade makes its way through the 2.5-mile stretch of Bristol. Well, we are very excited to be bringing you live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. This is part of our pre-show coverage. The parade itself kicks off at 10:30 at Hope and Chestnut. We'll have everything for you. You're not going to miss anything. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. We're right here, the best spot in the entire place at the corner of Hope and Church Streets. This is the pre-show before the parade kicks off at 10:30. There's a lot of exciting things happening this year, guys. We have a big surprise coming up later on.
We do. We can't reveal all the details, but I think you're going to like it.
I think people will be happy.
I agree.
They will applaud extra loud.
I agree.
A lot of cheering.
That's a little whoop whoop going on.
A little whoop whoop.
Yeah, whoop
Can you
whoop.
do that again?
Woo woo.
You think so? A whoop whoop with the hand?
Exactly.
I think there will be whoop whoop with the hand.
There will be whoop whooping. We also have a flyover for a C-130 is going to be flying over, which is really exciting because of budget cuts the last 2 years, we weren't able to have that, but the Rhode Island National Guard will be doing a flyover for us at the start of the parade, so that is going to be spectacular.
It really is, and you can see the crowds are already making their way along Hope Street here. Everyone's getting in position. They know 10:30 steps off at Hope and Chestnut, and then it makes its way around the Chief Marshal Division, led by the Chief Marshal Ray Gallison, who we will be speaking with when he makes his way by Hope and Church here. Earlier today, Liz Tufts had a chance to chat with a band from the Bahamas. They traveled all the way to Bristol. It's not only their first time here at the 4th of July parade, but it's their first time ever in the United States performing. Let's take a listen to Liz.
So performing for the very first time here in the United States, this was the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers Band, and joining me now is the commander of that band, Deron Lewis. How are you feeling right now?
Well, let me just start by saying good morning, Bristol. Yeah. I'm very happy to be here. This is an auspicious occasion, and it means a whole lot to my country to come and represent my country and be a part of this Bristol parade. I understand it is the largest and it's the oldest. We are most grateful to have been invited to attend and take part in the Bristol parade.
You have 45 members, ages 14 to 21, and most of these kids memorize all of this music. And most of them have only been playing these instruments for a year. What's going through their minds right now?
I think, well, let me just start first by saying again, we have a kid here that is 11 years old. It's unbelievable. But I will say this much to you. They are so excited they don't know what to think.
Were you able to sleep last night?
I tried. It was difficult, but I tried. I don't know how much they slept because at 2 o'clock, somebody was still running around Roger Williams.
What do you want to take out of this experience? I know you guys head back on either Sunday or Monday, but what do you want to take out of this whole experience performing here in the U.S. in Bristol, Rhode Island?
This is the first time any group has traveled to the United States to perform as a part of the Army. The military experience is phenomenal. I'm sure that every child here will be taking back orders. Hopefully they will take them to the right places. This is it. Military. The way we carry ourselves, our character, our deportment of that character, the way we speak, the way we walk. And that is what they're taking back with them. Thanks to the Rhode Island 88 Army National Guard Band.
Well, good luck today. We're almost there. Thank you so much. Good luck today.
Say one other special thank you to Major Floyd.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, ma'am.
Obviously, that was recorded from this morning, and I know there's a lot of anticipation for folks seeing them. That's just giving us a little bit of a taste of what we can expect, but the enthusiasm for this band, and as you heard it there from Duran, they're so happy to be here.
They
and
are.
Bristol has just wrapped their arms around them, and they were staying at Roger Williams University, and I think that's what he was referring to. Someone was running around.
A little
at 2 in the
party last
morning.
night.
I mean, you imagine their excitement. This is their first time performing in the U.S., and the experience that they're going to take back with them. I mean, think about the broadening opportunity that they're getting right now, and they're going to go home and know that there are other things. The land of opportunity, and they're here performing. I mean, it's incredible for them.
And we're so happy to have them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. This is what the 4th of July is about: independence, freedom, creating opportunity, celebrating all of the great things that we have here in our great country.
And sharing that, too. Because, like you said, they are going to go back home, and they're going to tell everybody, I went to this amazing parade in Bristol, Rhode Island, America's most patriotic town. And just the way that that's going to spread is pretty remarkable.
I love to talk to them after. Hey, what was it like?
What was it like?
When they wrap up on High Street and they say, boy, the people, what they were wearing, how they were received, and the applause and all of that goes with that. And these folks right here are very anxious to get started. Of course, we're coming to you live from our spot at Hope and Church, and people are getting nestled in, getting comfortable. As I was driving in with Doreen this morning, people were already lined up, getting their spots, some very early. They're not supposed to too early, but I think the police kind of look the other way, list a smidge. And why not? They want to have their spot on. The parade route. Hello.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to you. Happy 4th. I see some folks wearing sweatshirts. I think that's a very aggressive play. I don't think it's that cold.
No, it's actually, I've been calling it the Goldilocks forecast. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's just right.
All right.
Right?
Good.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with you live from Bristol for the 230th 4th of July celebration. Stay with us. Good morning and welcome to Bristol. So glad you could join us on this overcast day, but it's a perfect day for a parade. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just right.
Exactly.
Really can't complain. A little bit humid, but that's what the hairspray's for, right?
Exactly.
When Allie's hair starts to curl, then we'll know the humidity is
That's
really
when you know that it's
skyrocketed.
increasing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But as of
still
right now,
doing
we're
good.
okay.
We just got started, though.
Noticeably absent this year, umbrellas and raincoats.
True.
Right.
And fans and spray bottles.
Right. There's no humidity.
Right.
There's some years where the sun's just pounding down. It's in the 90s, the high humidity, and it's just brutal for everyone. But not the case this year at all. Very, very pleasant, very comfortable.
It really is. And, there are a lot of little ones along the parade route.
Watch a little one.
Anxious to see them. And they're all so cute, dressed out in their red, white, and blue finest. And Liz Tufts is along the route, and she's got a very special little guest with her.
Yeah, guys, I do. But quickly, Allie and Doreen, the humidity, you need one of these. Duh, a headband. And I'm actually adding to my little jewelry
I just got this. Okay, so quickly, a few minutes ago, I introduced you to Mildred, 85 years old from Warwick. The first time she's been here in Bristol, but I'm going to introduce you, and I think that I'm very confident in saying this is probably the youngest patron here today. Let's zoom over here. This is little 2-week-old Annabella. She has a headband, better than mine. Mom, Valerie. So you're originally from Rhode Island. You guys live in Vermont. Why did you think that you needed to come back for the 4th of July?
I've never been before. We lived in Rhode Island for quite a few years, and I'd never been to the parade, so we were having a little vacation on Prudence Island and decided to come on over for the parade.
So how is Annabella doing right now?
She's a little hungry, but she's good. We'll see how it goes with all the noise.
Yeah, I was talking to you earlier about if she had any earplugs, but you're okay. You think she might even sleep through this with all these bands going by?
Possibly. My son did, so we'll see.
What are you most excited to see right now?
I don't know. I guess I was actually just excited to see all of this and just see what it was all about. I've watched it on the news every year, so it was kind of nice to just see everybody in their patriotic attire and out for the 4th.
You know, this is one of the oldest parades. I've never been. This is such a family tradition. Do you think after this you guys might be heading back to Rhode Island to make it a tradition?
I think so, yeah. We're very excited to do that.
All right, Valerie, Annabella, thank you guys so much. I'm going to try to get maybe her headband for Allie because your hair is getting a little frizzy over there, Allie. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
She is so cute.
I think Annabella wins the award for the youngest person by far. I don't think it's going to be close.
No.
A few weeks old?
2 weeks.
Oh,
yeah,
Mom
that's good
is brave. Very
Mom
brave.
is very brave.
Mommy's brave.
Yeah.
Oh, precious though.
My goodness. Cute.
But really, people of all ages here, and it's incredible. There's something about being here, but if you can't be, that's why we're here for you. We're going to toss to a quick break, but we'll be right back with more coverage of Bristol's 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. Stay with us.
ABC6 is proud to bring you coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's. And now, live from Bristol, your hosts John DeLuca, Alexandra Cowley, Doreen Scanlon, and Liz Tufts.
Hello from Bristol on the 4th of July. So glad you could join us today for our 230th Bristol 4th of July live coverage here on our spot, Hope and Church, the best spot in the house, as I like to say.
At least we think so.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
There's no debating.
There's no debate.
There's no debate.
All right, fine. It is the best spot.
Open
You can
and
see
shut.
the streets are really starting to fill up. People shuffling, getting to their spots. A lot of people were camped out pretty early this morning.
Yeah, they forget about those rules that say you can't be there before 5 a.m. What are you going to do? Tell me I can't be patriotic?
Look at those
He's
pants.
tweeting to hashtag ABC6 Bristol 4th.
Right.
Very good, yes.
Nice
There you
segue
go.
Doreen. That's really
There you
good.
go. How
Look at those
cute.
pants.
A little selfie.
And those pants, have you ever seen so much red, white, and blue?
No, patriotism from head to toe. And yes, we kid, but if you take some pictures, you're joining us, you're on your way out the door right now, or you're watching, you're in Bristol, you're watching from your house, you're stepping out and watching, going back and forth. Take some pictures, put them on hashtag ABC6 Bristol 4th. We would love to see those pictures.
We want to see your outfits.
We
and
really
your
do.
decorations.
And we want to take a quick moment before we get going here. You know, as much as this day is about seeing old friends and cookouts and the day off and all that, it's also about obviously recognizing and remembering our military men and women who have served, who are going to serve, and in some cases have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we enjoy the independence and freedoms that we have here in America.
I think a lot of times on the 4th of July, you get so wrapped up in, oh, what's the weather going to be like? Is my party going to go okay? And you're rushing around trying to get everything ready, make sure everything's in place. And there's a lot of commotion because you're making plans, friends and family, that at times, you know, you forget what today is all about. And it's important to take a moment and thank a veteran, and hopefully you know a veteran and you're with them today.
And we'll have an opportunity to thank them as they come by us along this parade route. And we're also going to hear lots of patriotic music today as well. We have 23 bands. 8 of those are new here this year, including the Troopers, who came all the way from Casper, Wyoming. Let's take a listen to them playing for us.
those troopers from Casper, Wyoming. Pretty impressive. You can see why this precision line got the 4th place in the Drum and Bugle Corps last night. Rod Owens, the assistant director, what do you think of Bristol so far?
Well, we love being here. We're really proud to be part of the festivities here. It's the oldest 4th of July parade in the United States, and from Casper, Wyoming, we're proud to be here.
Yeah, this is your first time.
First time for the Corps to be here. They've never been part of Bristol before.
Now, one thing I noticed first off is their uniforms are pretty unique. Tell us a little bit about that and the history of the group.
Yes, the Corps was founded in 1957 in Casper, Wyoming, with Mr. Jim Jones was a businessman that formed the Corps. He decided at that time to form the uniforms after the 11th Ohio Cavalry. They were a military unit that was in Casper during the Civil War. They were there protecting the supply lines and the railroads. So at 1957, he designed these uniforms, and we have stuck to our tradition all through these years.
Yeah, I'm sure they get a big reaction from the crowd, too. They just scream patriotism.
Absolutely, yeah. We're very unique. And being from the state of Wyoming, we have been labeled the musical ambassadors for Wyoming. And
wow.
We're very proud of that.
And you guys have been all over the country performing. I said it's your first time in Bristol, but you guys have been everywhere else, too.
Yes, our tour with Drum Corps International takes us on a 60-day tour all across the United States.
Wow. And now tell us a little bit about some of the music that we're going to be hearing during the parade today.
During the parade today, we have a piece called American Salute, and it is all America through and through.
All right, we can't wait to see you guys come through in the Chief Marshal Division. Thank you so much, Rod, for joining us, and we'll be right back after this break.
Okay.
You are watching ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Belize, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Hello, everyone, and happy 4th of July. Welcome back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. A lot of action here, and the parade has stepped off, by the way. It hasn't made its way here yet, but Hope and Chestnut, it did step off. We already had the flyover, the C-130.
The C-130, Rhode Island Air National Guard, so great to have them.
Nice to have them back, too. Well, they've been here, but this is the first time it's back to being a military flyover because of some budget cuts. Some private donors had been able to get private planes to fly over, but it's now back to being a military flyover with that C-130.
It really does add something special, doesn't it?
I was just thinking the same exact thing.
It kind of gets you amped up. It's before a sporting event, you know? You just get so excited. It's the official start. Here we go. It's starting.
And it was a C-130. It was a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Right across. Very nice.
We've got a great crowd here at our corner of Hope and Church, and Liz Tufts is among the fans waiting for this parade to come by. Hi, Liz.
Love is in the air here in Bristol. Like, literally. Joining me now is Charlie and Carrie. They live in Bristol now. Charlie kind of grew up in this area. Carrie was in Colorado. They met as teens, and then they reconnected. They got married a few years back at Colt State Park.
Yep.
You guys, love is in the air today.
Absolutely. Love is in the air. Everybody's friends with everybody here. It's pretty crowded down here, but it's worth it coming down because everybody's nice to each other. Everybody's happy. It's one day a year where everybody's just great to each other, and it's really nice to see. We love it here. We wouldn't miss it. We never miss it.
Absolutely. This is my 5th parade. The first 3 I did live in Colorado, and I came out for the Bristol 4th of July parade, and it was amazing. And now Charlie got me to move out here, and we got married, and we get to come every year. It's great.
And it's worth it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. We're missing a few of our friends that couldn't be with us. We want to say hi to Michael Mendoza and my parents, Audrey and Jack Galligan at St. Elizabeth Manor, the staff there for working today. They're just great over there, and we're really happy that they're taking care of our parents so we can be out here to enjoy it with everybody.
You know, being from Bristol, what does this parade mean? Not only, you know, for the businesses, for the morale. I mean, it's just a great feeling right now. What does it mean for you?
It's just great. It's what keeps the town going all year long. It's a topic of conversation all year long. Everybody plans for it. Everybody brings in their family and friends on this day. It's 2 weeks of nonstop parties. We have the concerts down by the water. We take the kids to the carnival, and everybody's happy. You take a little break from your work and have some laughs and maybe a couple beers and just have a good time.
Now, speaking of kids, you don't have to answer this. You get married, you got married here in Bristol. Maybe a little Bristol baby born on the 4th of July?
That would be great. What do you say, Kara?
I don't think so.
I was hoping to have this conversation on television, so.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's great. It's, you know, what do you say? Can we make a baby or what? I took.
Okay.
If we do, it'll be on the 4th of July, all right?
We'll let you know.
All right. We'll meet up maybe. We're going to meet up with you in like a year or two.
Yeah, we'll put it on our blog.
You guys,
I hadn't been thinking of it until you just mentioned it, Liz, but I think that sounds like a great idea, so.
Okay. Thank you, guys. I'm getting myself in trouble. Take this mic away from me, John. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Let me get the. Oh! She is causing
Liz.
trouble everywhere.
Yes,
She
she
really
just likes
is.
to stir that
Oh, my
pot
stirring
just
the
a
pot.
little
No pressure,
bit.
but you know what? What great sports that couple was.
Yeah.
Because they just played right along with it.
They
On
did.
live TV. You never know what you're going to get, folks.
My
You
gosh.
never know.
You know, they touched on a little bit, though, but people come from all over. It's not just Bristolians. It's people from all over the area. What do I hear? Do I hear the sirens?
We do hear the
That means the
that was
parade
quick.
is getting close.
Yeah.
The parade's getting close.
And
but
people have to get out of the street.
they do. Get out of the way. Time to get on the sides. But so many people come. It's not just today. It's the 2 weeks leading up from Flag Day on, all the concert series at Independence Park. Think of what that does for the shops and the restaurants and the galleries and everything involved with Bristol. How much an economic impact this parade has and all the activities surrounding it.
Yeah, we saw in our walk-in this morning, we saw all the shop windows, too, just full of red, white, and blue gear. Because I think when you live in Bristol, your whole closet has to just be red, white, and blue. Are you allowed to wear green or yellow in Bristol?
I
Not
don't
on
think
this
those
day.
colors exist. Definitely not on this day, but certainly not in Bristol probably either. But no, I mean, Bristol is packed, and you get people from all over the world that come for this parade. It's a really big deal. And it kicks off with the Patriotic exercises, which happened just a short time ago. The town crier will
Hear
speak
ye,
at the
hear
Patriotic
ye,
exercises.
hear ye.
This is a new town crier, by the way.
And pride that this great town of Bristol, Rhode Island, in conjunction with the Bristol 4th of July Committee, present their 230th celebration of Independence Day.
That was Michael Riley. We, of course, know that Jerry McNeil was the town crier for so long. And that's Lexi Lanny singing the national anthem for us at the ceremony there.
And the patriotic exercises were handled by the president of Roger Williams University, Dr. Donald Farish. And I know he's very nervous about doing his job today, but I'm sure he did a fantastic job. He's very well prepared for that. He's very excited about this parade. I had a chance to meet with him several times leading up to this parade. And I know it's a big honor for him, certainly, to be recognized to do that. Such a great honor.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, folks. On this day in 1785, a gentleman by the name of Reverend Henry Wright, who was in the Revolutionary War, by the way, had a great idea. He said, you know what, we need to recognize the birth of America. Let's have some patriotic exercises here in Bristol. Well, fast forward 230 years, and here we are.
Still doing it.
Still doing it. The longest
incredible.
continuous 4th of July celebration in the nation. It all started with Reverend Henry Wright back in 1785.
Yeah, being the patriotic speaker is the second highest honor.
The highest?
The
Chief
first
Marshal.
is the Chief Marshal.
Right,
A lot of excitement too, though, for the new town crier, Michael Riley.
A lot of
because
pressure.
I wasn't going
Big
to say that.
shoes to
John
fill.
said it. It is a lot of pressure. His grandfather, James Riley, was a former town crier from 75 to 89. So sort of a legacy there for him. So I'm sure he's got some butterflies today.
But when we see him, and he'll be coming up in just a bit, a lot of folks are going to go, well, who's this guy?
Yes.
Because where's Jerry, the guy with
Right.
the beard who's done it for so long? Some people have just grown up seeing Jerry McNeil.
Sure.
But anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We'll see if Michael Riley and the town crier can hear the sirens. I know the parade is quickly approaching. ABC 6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration continues right after this.
The Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock. And now, back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Welcome back, everybody, and happy 4th of July to you. And you can really start to feel things building just a little bit more now that we've heard the sirens come. They're starting to clear people out. Any minute now, the parade should be getting to us here at Hope and Church.
My experience, the parade usually hits us around 10 of 11, although the Chief Marshal this year, Ray Gallison, has promised a slower stroll.
He did promise us
He
that
wants
last
to enjoy
night,
every
yes.
step. We can kid him about that when we see him. But he said he's going to enjoy and savor every moment if he could. I told him, if you were playing golf, you'd get flagged for slow play, my friend. But he's very excited. He's floating.
Not today.
He's
won't
not
get
even
flagged.
touching the ground,
Of course,
Allie. He's just floating. We saw him last night with his wife, Diane.
So much
excited.
emotion with him, you know, honestly. Because, I mean, the honor for Chief Marshal is huge. It's something that you carry with you forever. I mean, we're going to see so many former Chief Marshals marching today, and he said, I'm going to be going very slow. I will be soaking up the entire 2.5 mile walk down that red, white, and blue stripe down Hope Street. So don't expect me to rush through it. He just kept saying that yesterday.
And he doesn't have to.
No.
That's the great part about being Chief Marshal. If you don't want to rush, you don't have to.
You don't have
And
to.
last year they kind of moved pretty quickly with all the downpour of the rain. Yeah.
And no threat of rain for right now.
No.
We can talk to Chelsea when we see her. Check the ABC6 app. Nice
I will
plug
make
there,
sure
by
I
the
check
way.
that for you guys.
We also want to mention, you know, we thank the military men and women for serving and who have served and certainly made the ultimate sacrifice. But we also want to thank all the public safety officials who are keeping us safe here on the parade route and leading up to this. Not like they just got together yesterday at 3 and decided, hey, how should we plan to protect everyone? They've been planning this for weeks and weeks and weeks, and there's so many joint task force and efforts going on. And let's be honest, there's a real world concern today with the tone and tenor in our country with terrorism and certainly inspired acts of terrorism in our country domestically. It's a real threat, unfortunately, and that's the world that we live in today. And these men and women, Rhode Island State Police, Bristol Police, Providence Police, thank you so much for all that you do in allowing us to have this day. And as I heard an expert say many times, if we stop going to things like this because we're afraid, then the terrorists have won.
The terrorists win, exactly. Yep.
You know, we talk about the planning, too. There are about 150 members of the Bristol 4th of July community that help get this whole day together. And, you know, tomorrow they start planning for 231.
For the next one, yes.
I would say that, but I wonder if they just take Sunday. You know what? Let's just kick back and relax.
Maybe because it's on a Sunday this
Maybe
year
on
that
Monday
they're going to
we'll
say,
take it up.
all right, first thing Monday morning we'll start planning for next year. But we spoke to the chairman, Ray Levy, last night, and I said, okay, so it's the night before the big parade. How do you feel? He seemed pretty calm.
Oh, he's a pro. He's been
They've
there, done that.
for so long that everything is in place. Whatever happens, happens at that point.
Yeah, Ray's got two hands on the wheel. They're fine. I can't wait to see the Chief Marshal's Division, as we said, Ray Gallison enjoying every moment. And part of that is interacting with the folks along the parade route. 2.5 miles from Hope and High Street, and Liz Tufts is along the parade route. Liz, what's going on where you are?
Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me now. I'm getting really sleepy, but as you can see, we can zoom out a little. I snagged one of the best spots along this route, Hope and Church. But the guys next to me are legit hardcore. Okay, I'm going to get up for a minute. I'm probably going to fall. I happened to run into them. They have been here, no joke, since 11 o'clock last night. This is Sean from Somerset. You look really tired right now. How are you going to make it through this day?
Plenty of sugar.
What's packed in the cooler? What do you got here? What's your setup like?
Pepsi, Gatorade. He has energy drinks.
All right, so you got here at 11, but you said every year you happen to get this spot. You have not slept a wink. Come on.
Not yet.
They said they went to Guillory's last night, and then he stayed awake ever since.
Okay. I hope no one steals your spots. I'm going to come back later and take a little seat. All right, guys, I'm going to send it back to you.
I think they need some more caffeine.
Yeah.
They're not hyped up enough.
They're there every year. They come early because, you know, most of the time I'm here about 4 a.m. on the day of the parade. I did. I got a little sleep in.
You got a little extra sleep.
Are you kidding? Great. I only had 1 cup of coffee today. But they come every year and they camp out. But one thing that you don't see when you're here is the ribbon cutting, which sets everything off. So we have some video of that to show you from just a short time ago.
Have a good day. This is it. Have a great time.
Happy 4th of July, everyone!
Chief Marshal Ray Gallison, his wife Diane, his sons Nate and Timothy. We're both police officers, by the way, one in Pawtucket and one here in Bristol. And Donna Falcoa, the parade chairman, chairperson for the Bristol 4th of July celebration. So there was the official start of it.
Did you see how excited him and
Chestnut.
his wife are? I mean, it really is. And they kick it off. We're getting started, folks.
And we have much more to come. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us. We'll be right back.
You are watching ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Belize, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock. ABC6 is proud to bring you coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Cardi's. And now, live from Bristol, your hosts John DeLuca, Alexandra Cowley, Doreen Scanlon, and Liz Tufts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bristol and ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. If you've been with us all along, thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, welcome and happy 4th of July. I hope wherever you are, you're having a fantastic day so far.
There are a lot of smiling faces, as you can see in our crowd here at Hope and Church Street, our typical spot here for ABC6's live coverage of the parade.
Yes.
It's a good spot to be in,
It
too.
really is. Alongside Doreen Scanlon, Alexandra Cowley, I'm John DeLuca. We're so happy to have you with us today. And we heard sirens earlier before. It was a little bit of a false start.
It was a false alarm.
It was my fault. I three-putted that one. I thought it was
That's
the police
okay.
officers giving us the signal. It wasn't the case.
You're
now
just excited.
I'm
Exactly.
very excited.
And you know why you're excited, John? Because there's a surprise this year.
Huge surprise.
Huge surprise.
How can we not give it away?
Enormous.
I feel bad keeping it in. I'm terrible at surprises, by the way. I was always the one on Christmas Eve to tell my sisters what they were getting.
We're reporters.
So I'm having a really hard time right now. If I almost slip, just give me a good little slap on the arm, okay?
All right.
I'm not going to say anything. But
I
really
may do that
exciting,
anyway.
really exciting surprise coming up later.
Well, thanks to our jib camera here, sliding over the top of our spot at Hope and Church, you get a great perspective.
And see everybody
What it's
running
like.
out of the street.
Get out of the way.
Out of the way, guys.
Here comes the Chief Marshal's Division making its way through. We also have a cool point of view camera on the porch from Leonard Place. If we could show you
Yes,
the point
it
of
is
view
neat.
camera, it's a great perspective as to what folks are seeing along Hope and High Streets for those lucky enough to have a porch. And do
Or
we
a
have
friend with a porch.
A friend with a
There
porch.
it is right
and there
there.
it is.
Isn't that a neat shot?
Point of view. It's really nice.
All right, it's the moment we've been waiting for.
Can you hear the
all
sirens,
morning.
folks? If you are just joining us, you're joining at a perfect time because it is about to pass us. I can see motorcycles
go.
are coming through. So this is the Chief Marshal Division. And just a moment ago, we saw the ribbon cutting with our Chief Marshal, Ray Gallison, who we spoke about earlier is going to be walking very slow as he takes in this exciting moment with his wife and his two sons. His parents are also here. He's got his whole family surrounding him.
Yeah, the Chief Marshal has aides that come and march along with him, so he was able to tap a couple of his friends and family members.
Just a
to
few,
join him.
yeah.
And there is the new town crier, folks. If you've been a fan of our coverage over the years, you'd expect to see a gentleman by the name of Jerry McNeil. But Jerry has retired.
There's a hug for him.
Turning the bell over to Michael Riley, who is the new town crier. He's a 52-year-old Bristol native. Allie touched on this earlier, but I think it bears repeating. His grandfather, James, was a town crier from 1975 to 1989. And the town crier begins every parade, calling the patriotic exercises to order, and then leads the procession for the 2.5-mile route down Hope and High Streets. He's floating right now, I would imagine, as
You
well.
can see, yes.
A smile on his face. The town crier. And Jerry will be here. We'll talk about Jerry.
He will be, yes. And if for you folks wondering, why Jerry isn't doing it this year, he just said he spoke to his wife. He's done it for so long that he thought, you know what, it's the right time for me to step down and to pass the bell. And Michael's doing a great job.
He is.
And really, the Chief Marshal is the prime spot. The town crier, everyone recognizes the town crier.
Of course.
A lot of responsibility there. There's a Bristol Police, the color guard making their way through. The Chief of Police there, Josh Canario. He's been the chief in Bristol since 2008.
He's a Bristol resident. He took over for the now retired Russell Serpa, who spent 38 years as police chief.
And again, thanks to all the public safety officials working today, not only taking part in the parade, of course, but also working on the side, making sure that we are safe. And there was a security presence here. I don't know, I can't say honestly whether it's more or less than in years past, but certainly saw a lot of police officers, state police officers, Bristol police officers as well.
And we want to take a moment, if we could, and show you a photo of Richard Gene Georges. He was a Bristol police officer who passed away just last month. He was in Costa Rica and was trying to save his brother from a rip current and lost his life. Bristol police officer, so we want to honor him today. Certainly many of the men and women here today with the Bristol Police Department have heavy hearts as their brother, Richard Gene Georges, is not with them today as he normally would be.
And now the Bristol Fire Department making their way along Hope and Church here. Hello to the men and women of the Bristol Fire Department. 5 stations throughout Bristol, mostly a volunteer type of department. It was established in 1947. At least the rescue department was established in 1947. They've had a fire department long before that.
There's the big 230.
230 years
Can you
strong.
believe that, you guys? I mean, that's incredible.
230 years of this fantastic celebration.
And we want to take a moment and tell you that we are in the Chief Marshal Division, and our coverage for this is brought to you by Bikeworks.
Thank you, Bikeworks.
You guys, the parade has not been canceled since 1901.
That's a streak. The Carolina Crown Drum and Bugle Corps from Fort Mill, South Carolina, is making its way by our spot at Hopeland Church. You see them, excited to be here.
Ooh, we got to take a listen to Carolina Crown.
They were founded in 1988. Their executive director is Jim Coates.
They always have so much fun, don't they?
I love this.
That, my friends, is a band that knows how to play to their crowd.
I was just thinking the same thing. You
Yes.
could just feel the energy level lift up as they made their way through. That was fantastic. It really
I want
was.
to go dance with them. do you
Hold your
feel
spot
the
for
urge?
it. Just be
Not
careful
only are
getting
they
down.
holding their instruments, but they're really dancing
A little
and just getting
spice,
the
a
crowd
little flavor,
excited.
a little something, something there. That was nice. They're going to be on tour this summer for 9 weeks, not just in Bristol, but San Antonio, all across the country performing in different competitions and certainly in parades as well. And you can see why. I mean, they're in high demand,
Yes.
Carolina Crown.
And they're a favorite. They come back to Bristol time and time again
Oh,
because
yeah.
they just get such a great reaction from
Well, I
the
think
crowd.
that's part of it, too. If you talk to the bands, those that have been here more than once, they say the same thing, is they get so much out of it. Yes, they give a lot, but the fans, the patrons are so excited to see them, and they give them so much applause. It's like, oh, yeah, everyone's, you get energized from them, and they get energy from the crowd as well.
They're also the only drum corps in history to have won championships in both the World Class Division and the Drum Corps International Division. So they're a big deal, folks, and you just heard them. So you understand why they are a fan favorite. They really get you going.
But they did not win the competition last night at Mount Hope.
They did not, no.
That's unbelievable.
Which is surprising.
So that shows you how good we're talking
yeah.
about.
Who won? Was it the blue?
Well, we want to save
We'll
that.
save it. We'll save it.
Save it. But
You're supposed
Don't
to
check
hit me
your
if I
phone.
give
Two
away
others.
secrets.
we do have a surprise that Allie's, as you said, you have a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I know.
And you want to tell everybody what the
I
big
do.
surprise
It's
is.
coming.
It's
It's
coming.
coming.
It is coming.
It's
It
a
is
good
coming.
one.
Also, the Bohemian Band. For those of you who were with us in our pre-show coverage, we had a little taste. Liz Tufts interviewed them. They came all the way from the Bahamas. They're so excited to be here, and we look forward to hearing from them as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with our continuous coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You are watching coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Celebration. We're here on the corner of Hope and Church Streets. A lot of excitement. We just had Carolina Crown go by. We were dancing in our seats. They are certainly a crowd pleaser. And we're waiting for our Chief Marshal to make his way down. But as we know, Ray Gallison is taking his time, as he should.
He is approaching.
Wouldn't you?
I would. I mean, why not?
It's a big moment.
Enjoy it. He's been, had a talk with him and his wife Diane and his two sons, Tim and Nate, at the 4th of July ball last Friday. Then we saw him last night at the Drum and Bugle Corps competition at Mount Hope High School. And every time I see him, he's just so effusive in thanks and praise, and so grateful for the committee picking him and Ray Levy choosing him as Chief Marshal. I know it means the world to him.
Of course. And normally when we refer to him, we call him Representative Gallison, but for now we can call him Chief Marshal
Exactly,
Gallison.
and that's how everyone will see him. Is the state rep from Bristol, who's
Right.
also the House Finance Chair. There he is right there, looking very dapper. In his light-colored suit, Mr. Gallison, it's official. He's got around his neck the medal. This is Allie asked him to see.
We checked it last night. It is official, yes.
We did check it. Investigative reporter Alexandra Kelly. We turned it over. We did see Chief Marshal 2015, so he's the guy.
He got some advice too from past chief marshals as well, with tips and advice, because it's a little club there, and they give each other their words of wisdom about walking down that route and what comfortable shoes to wear.
Comfortable shoes, a priority to them.
How to make sure you really take advantage of the experience though as well. Which for Ray, it's walking very slow. Where is it? There he is.
We said walking slow.
Do we have Ray ready to go? There he is. Hey, Ray, how's your day going?
Good morning. Good
morning.
Morning.
Thank you very much for having me on today. Oh, what a day. This is awesome. I can't tell you. Good thing there's trees along this line here. Otherwise, I'd be floating away. My family's here with me, and it's my son, my wife, Diane, who's my chief of staff, my son, Timothy, and my son, Nathan. I cannot. This is huge. I can't describe it. It's just awesome. It's just. I'm speechless. I got to tell you, and that's for me. That's kind of.
I know it's hard to do for you. Yes. I've got to ask you. Did you stick to your word about saying you're going to savor every moment and walk a little bit slower?
Definitely. I cannot believe the people along the parade route. I've watched the cars come in today. There are a huge number of people that are here joining us, and I thank them all for coming down here. The Bristol Police Department, they're doing a wonderful job. The state police, helping out here, making sure everyone's safe. That's important. But most of all, it's a very wonderful crowd. It's a the crowd is so appreciative of everything that's happening. And I know I'm just at the beginning, and there's more great things to come. And we even have a band from the Bahamas that are here today.
Yes,
so
yeah, we're very much looking forward to hearing from them. Is this better than a finance committee meeting?
Well, when you do it in 2.5 hours, this one's a little bit, this one is, I'm telling you, I don't care if this takes all day long, because I just want, I cannot express the deepest gratitude I have to Ray Levy and the entire committee for selecting me to be Chief Marshal. It's such a great honor. It is truly, truly a great honor for me to be here today. It's awesome. It's awesome, and to have Tim and Nate and Diane with me, I can't help it. But I'm so proud. I'm very emotional. I mean, I had to give a speech this morning, and I kind of lost it a little bit, but that's okay.
But that's how much it means to you, though, right?
It does. Really does. I got to tell you, it means an awful lot to me. The only thing is, it's a little bit sad that this is the end, but it's been a great celebration. Since December the 3rd, when I was first notified that I was going to be the Chief Marshal, right up to today, it's been a whirlwind. It's been exciting. It's just been totally tremendous, and I just love it. I can't tell you how much I love it. And I thank you guys for being here
you're very
today.
welcome,
It's
Ray.
great.
And please give our best to Nate and Tim, and of course Diane and all the Gallisons today. From all of us at ABC6, congratulations and enjoy your day. Thank you for
Thank you. But one thing, these two guys, Tim and Nathan. Tim just got out of work at 7 o'clock this morning. Nate got out at midnight last night, and they're here marching with me.
They wouldn't miss it for the world.
No,
Daddy.
they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't.
They're doing a great job. So
enjoy your day, Ray.
Thank you very much. Thanks for televising this. We really appreciate it. It means so much. The greatest town in the country of the United States, the most patriotic. God bless Bristol, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ray. We'll
couldn't have said that any better.
No. You see why he's the Chief Marshal, folks. Absolutely beaming with pride, and what a great representation for this town.
Well, he is. He's an ambassador, really, not just for the parade, but for the town and all that it means. And it means so much for the town, obviously, Captain Obvious here, but all that it means for the town. And but at the same time, for him, he's really enjoying, absorbing this. The whole family's there. It's a family event. His boys, Nate and Tim, and his wife, Diane. And certainly we wish him all the best today as he enjoys his last day as Chief Marshal.
And I think he's smiling a little bit more today than he would at the Finance Committee meeting.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, Ray, you don't have to answer that.
There's the honorary chief aides of the Gallisons, and Allie had touched on this. So many family members, all the Gallison clan here. And why not soak it all in, enjoy it. 2.5 miles of a victory lap of sorts. There's a lot to go. See you guys. The Gallison boys, Nate and Tim.
And you heard Ray saying they both worked long, crazy hours. You said they're both police officers.
Police officers.
Of course they wouldn't miss this, but, they've probably had a little bit of coffee this morning.
Well, they're energized. You're right.
Yeah.
They're running
Yes.
on adrenaline right now.
Completely.
And so amped up for their dad. And I had a chance to meet with them last Friday on the 4th of July ball. Tim is on the job in Bristol, and Nate is on the job in Pawtucket. And we're so glad they could join us today as well with their dad and their mom.
What an incredible family, John. I mean, you've really gotten to know them more so than Doreen and I, because you've spent some time with them.
Well, I know Ray, Representative Gallison, from dealing with him at the State House, all kinds of Smith Hill and different issues that have come up over the years, and certainly more so now that he's the finance chair, which is a huge responsibility. He's on the leadership team with Speaker Mattiello, who I'm pretty sure is going to be here, or he was invited to be here, and some of his friends here. I know they were all at the 4th of July ball representing, and really a sign of respect, how many General Assembly members came out for the 4th of July ball last Friday.
All those folks you're seeing in those white shirts that just walked by are members of our 4th of July committee. We talk about how hard they work to put everything
Let's
together.
Get a shot
Hi,
of
guys.
them. There they are.
These folks work so hard
Judy
to
Squires,
get this all
I saw
together.
Judy, Ray Levy, Donna Falcoa, the General Committee Vice Chair, Parade Chair, Dudley Halligan, the Treasurer, Deb Rainey, Patricia Squartrito, Evie Levy, Melissa Levy, Sam, Nathan, Peter Marshal. You guys do a fantastic job, and really, the work never stops. I mean, we kidded about the fact that they work 365 and they don't take a day, but it really doesn't. To make this world-class event top shelf like it is, you have to put in the time and effort. Otherwise, it would look ridiculous.
There are so many little details that
So
come
many
into
details.
putting something this big on. And the concert series, too. Sure. Like we mentioned, everything gets started back on June 14th, Flag Day, and continues right up until today, the 4th of July.
And everything is, they're moving parts. We were getting updates up until the last minute. Oh, we have another surprise, or we're adding another person. So they haven't stopped working. They're probably still working right now to this point, just getting things in order.
That's a great point, Allie. There's a lot of tweaking that goes on to make it just right. They're always looking to improve. They're very honest. They're very transparent. This is how we can make it better. What do we do right? What do we do wrong? And they work on it for the next year. All of the aides are making their way through here.
Hello.
Happy 4th of July.
They're riding in style
And
there.
you can use the convertible today.
Mm-hmm.
It's overcast. We're going to talk to Shelley when we see
But
her.
it's comfortable, though. Would you guys agree it's comfortable?
Absolutely.
A little bit humid, but...
Yeah, it's a little humid, but I'm fine with it, It's just more members of the committee. There's Ray Levy in the gray suit.
Oh, yes, there's Ray. Ray
Done a
should be very
fantastic
pleased
job.
with the way
I
things
would
are
think
going.
so. We talked to him yesterday, Allie, at the Drum and Bugle Corps competition. Seemed very relaxed.
Yeah, I mean, he was just sort of to the point. Listen, yes, it's the night before, but we've been planning this for an entire year, so I think we've got it covered.
And Representative Gallison, of course, was saying a big thank you to him because his most important
He's the
responsibility
guy.
as the general
He's the
chairman
pick.
is
Yep.
to pick that chief marshal.
And he's done a fantastic
That is a
job.
big responsibility.
Absolutely. I'd imagine a lot of people want to buy him a cup of coffee.
Right.
Hey, Ray, come sit next to me.
Yeah,
hey,
good to
let me
see
get
ya.
your coffee. That's a good.
I'm
There
sure a
he
lot of
is.
people
Hey,
want to
Ray.
get chummy with him.
Happy 4th of July to you. Portuguese Independent Marching Band, I think, is making their way through. Yes, they're from Bristol. The band director there, Dennis Raposa, he's been a member for 48 years. Let's listen in. The Portuguese Independent Marching Band, made up of men and women ranging from 16 to 90. Allie will love that. 90-year-old.
I love that.
And the
That's
Portuguese
incredible.
Independent Marching Band. That'll keep you young.
It totally will.
That will keep you young and active and having fun.
Yeah, they
Listen, you
perform
got to
a lot.
use it. You got to use what you've got, and it'll keep you young. By the way, they're playing the National Emblem March.
And check out the town officials from here in Bristol.
Yes. Town Administrator Tony Texera, former Chief Marshal, is there.
Yes.
The town clerk and chief marshal from 2013, Lou Cirillo.
Town Council Chairman Nathan Colero.
Also the Town Council Chairman, Vice Chairman Timothy Sweeney. Town Council Member and Chief Marshal from 1995, Mary Perella. Town Council Member and Chief Marshal from 1984, Halsey Herreshoff. And Town Council Member Edward Stewart. They have to be so proud, too. I mean,
Right, today's a very proud day for the
talk
town
about the
council
4th of
members.
July committee and all that they do. The town council also has a lot to do with this. A lot of heavy lifting involved with this to make sure everything goes off very well. Happy 4th of July. I always feel bad for the guys who got to wear the shirt and tie.
Oh.
Shirt and tie on
Yes.
a day like today.
It's
Oof.
not as bad as it's been, though.
That's true.
Right?
That's true. But you're at a parade. You want to, maybe loosen the top button at the very least. You're kidding.
We have the Rhode Island State Police Color Guard. And coming up right after will be Governor Gina Raimondo. This is certainly a special day for her because she's the first female governor of Rhode Island. So
There she
first
is.
female governor to walk
Hi,
in
Governor.
Bristol's parade.
Happy 4th of July. The
She's got her
first gentleman
family.
with her as well. Kids in tow.
Whole family.
This will be a fun experience for the Raimondos.
Oh, I bet the kids are having a great time.
Great time. Look at the smiles on their faces. That's fantastic.
They are in for a fun walk down that red, white, and blue path, aren't
It
they?
looks like the governor's wearing some comfortable shoes. Smart
Yes,
move.
smart lady.
It's one thing because I know, talking to Allie, surrounded by beautiful ladies all the time. It's about outfits, how they look, how they dress, and you have to wear a certain kind of shoes. Guys
I'll pay
don't
you
care,
later.
whatever.
I'll pay you later.
But you have to pay later. But we kid. We digress.
It's a big deal, isn't it,
You
Dory?
do. It's tough to pick out the right shoes.
But you
That's
can't
the right
wear
outfit.
the wrong shoes today. Here's our
Right.
congressional delegation.
Yeah.
Senator Reed, Congressman Langevin, Congressman Cicilline, Senator Whitehouse there as well on the outside part of your screen there, left-hand side, making the way down Hope and Church. There he is, Senator Whitehouse. There's a fan of the crowd, at least one fan of the crowd for the senator. Congressman Cicilline
It
there.
is not a day for partisan politics.
No, we're all Americans today.
Yes.
And everyone's
Today we all bleed red, white, and blue.
yes, enjoying the freedoms that we have here in our great country. Here's the point of view camera that we've been showing you from the porch of Leonard Place. It's a little different look, just to give you perspective of what some of the folks who are fortunate enough to have porches along the parade route get to see. It's really a nice level. Of course, you're seeing us in the set, but as you look around the parade, you can see what kind of level they're approaching from. This is also a jib camera that we have sliding over the top. Jib camera is just a fancy way for... There's Mayor
look, there's
Lorza.
Mayor Lorza.
There he is. His first time in Bristol as the mayor of Providence.
Give me
Welcome
air
to Bristol,
five.
Mayor Lorza.
He's doing the typical mayor thing, going out, shaking hands,
Yes.
right? Kissing some babies too, I bet.
Yes.
He should go find that 2-week-old baby.
Yeah, Annabella.
We're going to check back in on Annabella.
Yeah, see if she's sleeping through
Just
all
to
this.
see when the cannons go off,
See how
the
she's
bands
Oh,
come through.
no.
Little sweetheart that she is.
Absolutely precious. And we were talking about that view with the porches, right? If you have a porch, or if you are right on Hope Street,
You're very popular.
you're very popular. The expectation for the beauty of your home is also very high. I mean, there better be some American flags out there.
Oh, it has to be
perfect,
decked out.
perfect plants.
Steady supply of
pristine,
bunting.
Steady supply of bunting, yes. But how fun. And the houses do look incredible.
They do.
Picture
They
book
do.
almost.
People go all out decorating their homes for this day.
Well, you're right. There is a little bit of, keeping up with the Joneses, if you will.
Of
As you
course.
see everyone else making their house look extra special, you have to do yours just right. Obviously, the flags will be there, the bunting as well.
The lawns need to be perfectly manicured.
Have to be perfect, and that's part of what makes Bristol so attractive and makes people want to come back year after year. Coming into our picture now, the troopers from Casper, Wyoming.
I spoke to these guys earlier. They are so talented. They
They're
came
really
in
good,
fourth
Dora.
place in the
That's
drum
right.
and
They
bugle
were
corps
fourth,
competition.
so that gives you some
Yes.
perspective
Yeah.
as to how much talent performed in the 4th of July.
So they came all the way from Wyoming. We're going to see in just a moment that they have really unique uniforms, and they're meant to reflect on their Western military heritage, reminiscent of those worn by the 11th Ohio Cavalry, stationed in Wyoming in the late 1800s.
Yeah,
Let's
during
take
the
a
Civil
listen.
War.
Mhm. bit of trivia for you guys here. Okay, so I mentioned that the uniforms are reminiscent of those worn by the 11th Ohio Cavalry. So you might have noticed that they have buttons on their jackets, and there are 11 buttons. I'm good for some useless trivia.
Yes, he's also performed in concert for 6 presidents. Johnson, Nixon, Reagan, Bush 41, Clinton, and George W. Bush 43.
As well as the Denver Broncos, the Phillies, and this is what I really love about them, is they have played at the Pasadena Tournament of Roses Parade, which is a big one. And here we have the Hallamore Clydesdale, absolutely beautiful Clydesdale horses. I mean, stunning, you guys.
Should I do my horse sounds right now?
Go ahead.
They were here last year, but they didn't go through the parade because of all of that rain. So these guys are getting an extra big cheer.
Guys, 2,200 pounds. 18 and a half hands tall is what they say.
And
they
not
say
my
hands
hand or
tall.
your hand, Allie.
Right, not our hands, no. But they're actually stabled in Lakeville, Massachusetts. And there's 8 of them.
We're so glad they're back this year. Rain is not keeping them away this year.
Aren't they beautiful? And these Clydesdales, you guys, come from everywhere. Canada, even Great Britain.
Wow, they are beautiful animals,
They're
aren't
gigantic,
they?
too. I mean, that's
When
the other
you're
thing.
up next to them, I mean, you almost want to fall backwards because they're so beautiful and huge. But don't get too close. You don't want to get kicked.
I feel like a little kid, though, when I see him come by.
Right.
I'm just so excited to see the giant horses.
There's a little bit of a lull here before the next group. It might be because they were given the advice to stay a little farther behind the
Never
horses.
go behind a horse.
Yeah, that's parade.
Pearls of wisdom from Doreen Scanlon here.
I told you, I'm full of good
What time was
information
that Pearl of
today.
Wisdom? From 11:27, Pearl of Wisdom. Don't march behind me. Did Buddy Cianci tell you that?
Maybe, maybe.
Kid.
He's
Buddy.
here today. We're going to see him in a little
Buddy's
bit.
Here. Buddy's here. Mike DeCross is here.
Is this
Chilling.
when I can tell everybody about the surprise?
No, not
No.
yet.
Okay.
I know you want to spoil Jessica Teller. We spoke with Jessica last night.
She taught us the
Mount Hope
wave.
High
She'd be
School.
so proud of us
Yes.
because John and I practiced it last
I
night.
thought I had a pretty
like
good
it.
wave.
You
Elbow,
guys are good.
I
elbow,
can't do
wrist,
that.
wrist.
I'm not going to
Elbow,
do that.
elbow, wrist, wrist.
I can't do this.
John, don't be shy.
No.
Why can't we just do this? Like a little.
Well, that's
See?
why you're not
Your
Miss
fingers
4th of
must be
July,
together.
John
True.
DeLuca.
For that and a few other reasons.
Yes,
This
we have
float
the 4th of July.
is a big winner today, most beautiful, and not just for the young ladies who are on it, but also the winner for the non-commercial division.
Congratulations.
That's a big deal to get most beautiful for a float.
How beautiful are these young women?
Happy 4th of July, ladies. Congratulations.
Gorgeous dresses. I see a lot of red, white, and blue dresses there.
Let's tell you a little bit about Jessica, our Miss 4th of July. She's 18 years old.
Yes.
She's the daughter of Bob and Cheryl Tella, and she's a senior at Mount Hope High School.
Yeah, she graduated from Mount Hope High School. Will
Yep.
continue her education at BCC, and we had a chance to chat with her yesterday, and so excited. She said that when she was a little girl, she was on the side of Hope Street watching Miss 4th go by, and now she is Miss
She said
4th.
it's so crazy to think that I'm now that girl that I used to always look up of in awe, and now everyone's doing that to me. And she also said she was worried about her arm getting a little bit tired.
Yeah, and you'll
Which I'm
notice
sure by
too,
now.
you were talking about shoes, John. A lot of them are barefoot on there because you can't
Because they're
wear
very smart.
high heels.
The Orange Crate Derby winners. Soapboxes, that's part of the fun, too. You know, it's a lot of seriousness involved. There's also a lot of good times, too. Hello, young man. Happy 4th of July to you. I love your shirt and your breeches. Very nice. What do they use for these? Just wood and fabric.
I'd like to point out that there are a few young ladies on this Orange Crate Derby float as well.
Where are they, Doreen? Point
They're
them
on
out to me.
there.
Okay.
Ooh,
There we
I
are.
hear some revving
Yeah.
of the engine.
Let's see, Gaetano McGovern won first place. Congratulations, Gaetano. Nathan Yates. Second place, Bella Clark. First place in the junior division. And Kayla Hanashot, best looking car.
Best looking car.
That's a cool part to win. If you can't win
Yeah.
overall, let me take best looking car.
I mean, I guess
Good
hers
for
was
you,
the one in the
Kayla.
back there.
I'll take the best looking one. That's what I always go for in a car. I know you want the
At
speed.
Mount
I
Hope
just
High
want the
School.
best looking one.
Yes, the best looking one. Mount Hope High School Marching Band is making their way through. A lot of fans here for obvious reasons. Let's listen in. And we want to mention Christopher Lambert is the band director. He's been the band director there at Mount Hope High School Marching Band since 2008. Does a fantastic job. I want to start marching right now.
I know, me too. I found myself tapping my feet. Hey, these guys are smart, too. You know, this isn't their first parade, of course. They are wearing polo shirts, which is a little more comfortable to march in than some of the band uniforms we're going to see
Bristol Warren
today.
Regional School District making their way through now as well. Dr. Mario Andre, Superintendent of Schools. Paul Silva, Chairman, Bristol Warren Regional School Committee. John Bento, Vice Chair. Karen Lynch, the Secretary. I'm sorry, Allie.
William Odell is the treasurer, Bristol Warren Regional School Committee. Lynn Wainwright on the school committee, as well as Diana Campbell, Majorie McBride, Susan Rancourt, and John Saviano.
All the kids might be cringing about seeing people from the administration for school in the summer break.
They better be on their best behavior.
Yeah. Wait, I'm not supposed to see you till September.
There are a lot of bees flying around here, by the way. It's probably because you guys are sweet. They're drawn to you guys.
Jeez, look at these compliments. It's all the beautiful flowers.
This, Allie and I looked
is
this
cool.
up. How to say this properly.
Ready?
Calliope.
Calliope.
Just rolls right off the tongue. The Calliope, Worcester Sound and Lace.
Really neat. It's an air-powered mechanical brass pipe instrument.
It's always here at Bristol's parade.
But I never know how to say it, and I never say it right. So Allie and
So
I
you let
spent
other
a lot of
people say
time.
it?
We've spent a lot of time.
Calliope.
Calliope.
How cool is that?
Calliope. Very cool.
Calliope. It is really neat.
I love the old Coke bottles on there as well.
Oh boy, there are a lot of excited little
Snow
boys
White?
and girls right now. Do you hear them cheering?
That is Snow White.
This is where crowd control comes in, so those kids don't try to run out and hug them.
To rush the car.
Right? The dwarves must have stayed home.
Well, they're tired.
Can you guys name the 7 dwarfs? Wait, you have a little girl, so you probably have watched
I'm out of
recently.
this competition.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Sleepy.
Sleepy, bashful.
Droopy, bashful.
Grumpy.
Not these gentlemen. We don't want to make you think we're saying this. This
No.
is the religious aspect of the parade. The First Congregational Church represented here with Reverend Skip McCauley, Reverend Jake McGuire, First Baptist Church, Reverend David Lucy from St. Michael's Church, Reverend Barry Gamache from St. Mary's, Reverend Richard Narciso from St. Elizabeth's, Reverend Louis Garcia Dutra from St. Elizabeth Church as well, Reverend Henry Zinot from Our Lady of Mount Carmel, Reverend Joseph Santos Jr., Church of the Holy Name of Jesus, and Reverend Christopher Davis from Portsmouth Abbey. And of course, the aspect of this we talked about a little bit earlier in our preparations as we kicked off here. Reverend Henry Wright started these celebrations, if you will, back in 1785 on this date, July 4th, 1785. He thought it would be a great idea to recognize the birth of our country. Here we are 230 years later. It started off as patriotic exercises, and now we have this huge celebration down the streets of Bristol at Hope and High Streets, 2.5 miles long. The middle of the road is painted red, white, and blue. People are decked head white and blue. There's patriotism everywhere. America's most patriotic town.
Have you guys noticed the crowd's getting a little deeper?
Yes.
There are a lot more people here. This is one of the bigger crowds we've seen in the last couple of years.
I think they feel more confident, too, in the forecast. I think maybe the thought of, oh, it's overcast, but you know what? It's fine.
It is. The sun's actually coming out a little bit.
Sun's out. Allie's happy about that. I'm not, because I didn't wear the sunblock. I'm going to get an email from my dermatologist. I understand.
And from our meteorologists with their ABC6 Sun Smarts. They're going to be on your case, John DeLuca.
You're going to get in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Don't worry, I have the mom bag. I'll pull out my sunscreen.
do you have something?
Yeah,
Did you
I have
bring
wipes. I have
Nice.
sunscreen.
I'm not sure I'll need the wipes.
I have water.
At least I hope I don't.
I got the mom bag.
Celebrating our founding fathers of Bristol from St. Mary's Church. Hello. Love your float. Happy 4th of July to you.
The judges loved their float, too. They won most patriotic non-commercial float in the competition
You can
this
see
morning.
why. The gazebo on there, flagpole, park benches, real grass.
Love the attire.
And greenery.
Real grass?
That's what they say. Real
That's
grass.
impressive.
Now, the end of the float there that you guys see is the Grand Deed, official document forming the town of Bristol. Pretty cool.
Very official.
They're having fun.
They are. They're having a lot of fun.
Dressed appropriately as well. 15 people. Dedicated parishioners built that float. They did a fantastic job.
That's a lot of work that goes into making one of these floats. And what a reward to be given the title of most patriotic in America's most patriotic town, too, right?
It really is, I'm sure, a tremendous amount of, well, you feel a sense of responsibility, number one, because you're not getting any thanks at the time you're doing it. You're doing it at all hours, and you're working hard. And then, as you say, they were recognized as most patriotic non-commercial. So certainly the reward was there for them. But congratulations.
Yeah, they'll get some thanks tomorrow, I'm sure, at Sunday services, right?
All right, we have the Lake City Tiger Marching Band from Lake City, Minnesota. They've been active for 45 years. You're seeing students from grades 8 to 12 from Lincoln High School. Guys, they've been at Walt Disney's Magical Music Days, and they've been here before at the 4th of July Parade.
Well, welcome back. Paul Holland is their director. He's been a public school teacher for nearly 30 years.
That's incredible.
Anxious to hear them. There is a connection with Minnesota. We'll see several bands from Minnesota, as we will from the Dakotas as well, drum, bugle corps, and bands as well. This is, as Ali said, Lake City Tiger Marching Band. All high school students from Minnesota. Let's listen in. Lake City Tiger Marching Band from Lake City,
They have some
Minnesota.
moves, don't they? They have those dancers, and then they switched up their lines there. Did you notice a couple of the drummers had earplugs in?
I don't blame them.
Yeah, and then there are a lot of little ones on the sidelines here today, too, that
With
have it.
earplugs
They
in?
know those muskets are coming in the military division.
Well, if you sit right on Hope and Church, you know the band's going to stop here, so you got to come prepared.
Right. Can I just talk about how impressive it is that not only are they playing these instruments, but they also have the moves to go with it?
Yeah.
And
A lot of practice.
They got the crowd going.
They did, and and that's different times, too. You
Yes.
know, they've got to keep the time of the music, but also the time of their dance moves.
I would like to choreograph something with us. Maybe Ali could lean in, you lean
Okay.
in, I'll rock back. Maybe
Yes.
we could do something like that. What do you think?
Okay.
Can you tap along and drum?
Oh, okay. You guys, John, I hope you're ready for this. The Bristol Blues
Ooh.
Baseball
Oh,
Club
nice.
is
Are you
coming
ready?
up.
Got your arm warmed up, John? You
No,
ready?
come on, guys. Give me one.
Uh-oh.
Here we
Here we
go.
go.
Right here.
I need to watch my head here.
Yes.
Here we go, John. You ready? Make some eye contact.
Whoa! Thank you, my friend.
Nice catch, Mr. DeLuca.
Two scene.
Very nice.
And
next year
we
you're
got
going to be
it.
wearing that uniform.
They
DeLuca.
play baseball using the rules from 1860. If you're fed up with today's major leaguers being spoiled or whatever, you want
Why?
to
The
watch
Red Sox
these
are
guys.
doing great this year.
Allie, sarcasm, tongue firmly planted in cheek.
People are still wearing their hats, though, because it is red, white, and blue.
Those are cool uniforms.
They
though.
are
The
really
I mean,
neat.
you talk about a throwback uniform to the 1860s.
I'm a
That's
little bit
throwback.
jealous. Their
Barry
outfit's better
Lyons
than
is the manager. Pat Riley's the coach, and they just have fun. They're playing baseball literally barehanded.
Exactly. Ouch.
And making a bat out of some kind of wooden substance, I would imagine. But really cool unis.
That's
Love
fun.
them.
Okay, you guys, I have to take a moment to recognize Joan Roth. She is the Chief Marshal from 1986. I had the pleasure of meeting her last
There she
year.
is. Hey, Joan.
She has the title of unofficial mayor of Bristol because of all that she does. She's a third-generation Bristolian, 88 years old.
Oh,
No, she's not.
When you talk to this woman,
She's not
you
88.
fall in love with her.
She looks just so sweet.
I want to
an
see
angel.
ID. She's not 88.
Isn't she fabulous, though? You guys, she still gives tours of Linden Place Museum, and she's everywhere. Because I remember looking, I said, who do I need to speak to if I want an interview? Someone that knows a lot about Bristol, and everyone says you need to find Joan Roth. She's the unofficial mayor of Bristol.
You know who we're seeing here coming up? The town crier, Jerry McNeil, the former town crier, Jerry McNeil. He is about to pass by our cameras, and you can hear the crowd all responding to him.
There he is.
Yeah.
He's still patriotic in his outfit, not wearing the town crier outfit, but there he is.
He's probably liking that. It might be a little easier to have some readable material on that shirt.
Mickey McNeil is right there with him. They were chief marshals, plural, in 1994. But for the longest time, over 20-plus years, he was the one who set everything in order. The patriotic exercise is leading us off as the town crier. But as we know, he has since moved on. Thank you, sir, for walking across our shot there. This is live TV.
He passed the bell,
he did,
as they say.
He just passed right
It
through.
happens, folks. It happens.
live
But
TV.
this has got to be a special moment for Jerry, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Different experience.
Different
Totally
experience,
different
And
experience.
he doesn't
But
have to
said
walk. He gets a ride.
He gets a ride. He deserves
He gets
it.
to ride.
Take a load off and enjoy.
Okay. What do we have here? These are all former chief marshals.
Yeah. Is that Herbie? No,
No, it's Manny Correa.
All right, Manny Correa. Hey, Manny. Manny was a chief marshal in 2007. And if you have any of the booklets, the pre-show booklets that are all put out, Manny, if he doesn't write all of them, he pretty much writes close to all of them.
It's incredible.
He knows everything there is to know about the 4th of July celebration. He is just a wealth of knowledge. He's his own little Bristol Wikipedia.
That's a good way to describe it, John. He did a great job.
He really did. And as Ali said, these are all the former chief marshals, which we will see Ray Gallison in one of those cars next year with Diane. As he's enjoying his day today as 2015 chief marshal.
Oh, yeah.
These are all folks who have. There's Ed Castro from 2008. Remember Ed?
You know what's interesting is not every chief marshal has been from Bristol.
It does. That's true. Sometimes they do go outside of Bristol from here and there, but in recent years they've been all Bristolians.
And
David
sometimes
Barboza.
it's more than one.
Sometimes more than one. Yes. So with the McNeils there, with Jerry and his wife Mickey. Certainly, it's a big thing for them too, as well. I mean, you see the Coelhos there. Joseph Sr. was chief marshal, and Joseph Jr. chief marshals in 2009.
For those
Happy
that don't
4th
know.
of July
yes,
to you.
Happy 4th. I mean, the chief marshal is the highest honor. So, you know, it's really neat that they still get to take part in the parades year after year.
Totally different perspective,
Yes.
though. You know, it's not where you have, I'd say pressure is probably not the right word, but the responsibility that you have that goes with all of the events that you're involved with. Here you just kind of soak it up from a different perspective.
You don't have to make a speech either.
Yeah, you're
right?
the alumni.
Chief Marshal kicks everything off, makes a little speech at the
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
These guys, they practice their wave
back.
and they're ready to go.
The wave.
Yeah.
A little different wave than Jessica Tell. There's David on his scooter.
Look at that.
2013 Chief Marshal. Hello, David.
Riding by in style.
He's having a good time.
He is.
That's a good way to go.
It is. It's a little different.
Very
He's
green,
in control
too.
of how fast or slow he goes.
Yep,
That's
he's
true.
getting good gas mileage. Very wise there, David.
Oh, it's good
Tricky
stuff.
to get the wave in there, though, when you're trying to steer.
You could go
he
one
probably,
hand.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know about
Bit
that.
dangerous.
Little pressure.
Oh, the button contest winner,
Yeah.
yes. Regina Sifun, or Sifun, 2015 winner. She's 13, the 7th grader from Our Lady of Mount Carmel. Evan Daniel, 2015 contest winner as well, 10-year-old, 4th grade student at the Rockwell School. And these are the buttons, folks, if you're into collecting these, and it's a fantastic job,
Look
as
at
they
that.
all are.
Wow, yeah.
Very creative. Those are the buttons. People collect those. And year after year, they want to get their buttons. And this is all part, there's a price to pay. It's a very nominal fee, but it goes towards the overall pile of cash that's needed to put this fantastic parade and celebration on. But the button contests are all the kids in the area. They put their drawings down on, and they send it in, and they're evaluated and judged, and those are the winners. You saw the winning button there with the anchor on it, and
Very
really
impressive
creative.
stuff there.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
they often tie in the theme of hope for
Right.
Rhode Island as well as patriotism, too.
All right, we're going to step away momentarily from our live coverage here at the corner of Hope and Church. 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration will continue. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You are watching ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Belize, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Welcome back, everybody, to the corner of Hope and Church in Bristol. We are partway through the Chief Marshal's Division and ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July Parade. We thank you so much for spending part of your holiday with us here.
Yes, we do thank you so much. If you're here in Bristol, you have a great spot. You really are. This is a fantastic town, the most patriotic town in America, and they take such the Bristolians. They open their arms. They welcome in visitors from all around, people from all over visiting. To see folks like this.
Yep.
John Gillies and Noel Lachari from PC, the national champion Providence College Friars. Those two guys are floating right now.
Oh, yeah.
For various reasons. Not only did they win the national championship in Division I hockey for the Friars, but they've also have the rare opportunity to continue on playing hockey professionally past college. John Gillies, the goaltender, phenomenal goaltender. He has signed on with the Calgary Flames. He'll be playing professional hockey, as will Noel, who's from Johnston. Grew up watching the Bruins, and guess what? He's going to have an opportunity to continue his career. He's signed on with his hometown team, the Bruins.
How amazing is that?
That's incredible.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations to you two kids.
You know, we talk about everything red, white, and blue. We're going to let it slide that they're
For the
giving
Friars.
out some of the necklaces in the different colors, too,
That's okay.
as well
Yes.
today.
But really, to all the Friars, what pride, not only obviously to all the PC folks, the alums and students, and all the faculty, of course, but also the state of Rhode Island, a national championship team in hockey. Just fantastic. There's John. He played unbelievably well. I wish Nick Coit was here. He could talk in much better detail than I could.
can tell you he was the Frozen Four most outstanding player.
He was. He was phenomenal. He stood on his head several times in the crease. It was just phenomenal. He really was. And so was Noel. So was the whole team, obviously. But again, they bring such pride to the state of Rhode Island, bringing back that national championship.
Oh, a national championship in any sport for a university to claim is just remarkable.
And to be going to play for the Bruins. I mean, come on.
We'll have the opportunity
The opportunity,
anyway.
it's an entry
it's
level.
in the organization.
but I think, what do you think, John? You're a sports guy. You know his talent.
Yeah, there's a lot of talented guys. There's so much more than just talent. There's so many things that factor into it, but he's getting the opportunity, and that's all you can ever ask for. Just the opportunity to continue playing on hockey, something he's been doing since he was a little boy.
We're rooting for you, Noel.
You really are. Congratulations. And you see here the corner we have at Hope and Church. If you ever can come out, it's a great spot to be because all the bands stop here. The floats drive a little bit slower so they can get on TV for obvious reasons. And the crowds really recognize that, and you can see how deep they are.
There's a little bit of a lull here because there is something very exciting coming.
What is that?
Down
is
the
it time to break
we're
it?
No,
we can't break it.
not the big surprise
I
yet.
wanted to be like Allie. I want to do
But
the
we're going to
surprise.
keep with the hockey theme.
Okay.
How's that for a hint?
All right.
How's that for a hint?
Some of the surprises.
Maybe you should put that down.
Hello.
Hello. Who am I looking
Brad
at?
Marshal. Hey, we're going to turn around and say hi to Brad. How you doing, Brad?
Hey, guys.
Hello, welcome to Bristol.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
How's your day going so far?
Oh, we're having a great time. This is a lot better than the one last year. I know that Tori was complaining a little bit about the rain. He's not built for that, but we're having a great time. And it's incredible to see how many people came out here.
What kind of response have you been getting from the folks along the route?
Everyone's been great. I mean, everyone's showing a lot of love and support, and everyone's excited about last year and obviously celebrating the big day. So we're just happy to be part of this.
It's pretty different perspective to be on the Zamboni.
It is, yeah. This is not an area we normally get to be in, but we're pretty comfortable up here and having a good time.
Brad, do you and Tori feel like people are doing double takes, saying, "Is that really Brad Marshal and Tori Krug?" I can't believe it.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone just might be a little seeing double right now with the amount of beverages that have been passed around, but we're like I said, we're just happy to be part of this, and everyone's been awesome so far.
Well, we thank you for stopping by and speaking with us, and enjoy the rest of your day. And from all of us at ABC6, happy 4th of July.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us.
Enjoy your day.
Bye.
The Bruins are here. That's fantastic. But that is not the surprise.
That's
a surprise. It's not the surprise.
You guys, we might be talking it up too much.
We're not.
I don't think you can.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
So we're not.
If you're a certain kind of fan, we're not talking it up too much. There's
Whoa,
a hint.
that's
little
true.
info dump, I know, but that was a little hint.
We need to stop there because I'm getting too excited.
Yeah, it's Brad Marshal.
Isn't it neat that they're riding on a Zamboni,
It
too?
is cool. It's a great
love
idea.
that.
Yeah.
How much fun.
I wonder if they're feeling the heat a little bit more because they're used to being in the arena.
This is a warm weather for the Bruin.
Yeah.
The girlfriends and wives and kids and everything. Happy 4th, guys.
Happy 4th.
Good to see you. Very festive. Like Brent's
People are
hat.
definitely recognizing. I can hear all the fans shouting.
It's like, oh, that's Marshal.
I know who that is.
Great.
And you can hear it as it continues going down the route. Everybody's realizing who's coming their way.
A lot of excitement is hitting Hope and Church as they pass by.
I love the Bruins. Lots of fans in Rhode Island. Of course, New England's team, the Boston Bruins.
Say that one more time.
Bruins.
Bruins.
I love saying the Bruins.
Again, we're going to let the colors slide. A few of their group wearing
It looks
black
like red,
and
white,
yellow.
and blue as far as I'm concerned.
But, yeah.
There is Donald Ferris, the president of Roger Williams University, our patriotic speaker. Kicked everything off.
He's relieved now because he got that part of the day.
Now he can just cruise in his Mercedes SL 500, take his time, relax, enjoy the day. I know I had a chance to chat with him, and he felt a lot of responsibility being the patriotic speaker because as you start to do a little research and you look back and you see 1785 and then you see all this year, especially for an academic person like him, he understands what this means.
He
and
does.
how important it is.
But don't you think that he's probably the most prepared? And you're talking about a president of a university. He's probably done one of these speeches in his time.
Well, speaking of Roger Williams, these are the kids that built the Roger Williams University float that we're going to see shortly.
From sea to shining sea is the theme. I'd like to see that float.
We are just a minute.
There it is.
Yeah.
And the neat thing about this is we spoke to some of the students as they were making it, and one of the girls kind of laughed and said, we're not art majors.
We're
business majors. So she said, we're kind of surprised at how good this is turning out because we're not supposed to be doing this stuff, but it looks great.
Yeah, it really does. They have, as you can see, their monuments from across the country. Liberty Bell. Hello,
I like
happy
the
4th.
Statue of Liberty. That's a tough job. You want to talk about your arm getting tired?
Oh.
Right? Very cool.
It's a good workout. It looks good.
That's neat, too, because not all of these students are from Bristol. So some of them are probably experiencing this for the first time and really getting a taste of this town that they're in for 4 years or so.
Really neat.
Well, if you're just joining us here on ABC6's 4th of July coverage, we're so glad to have you with us. It's a fantastic day for a parade. It's not too hot. It's overcast, but the temperatures are just right. And we're enjoying our spot here at Hope and Church, giving you all the different camera looks we can give you. We've got cameras all along Hope and Church here. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Is that the Bristol Fire Department hand tub pumper? I think it is. Oh, North Providence. Okay, well, from North Providence, but they're certainly getting their money's worth out of the horn. That's good. Kids love that. Nothing like a parade without horns and sirens.
Oh, of course.
Gotta have it. It's like with the bands.
Are the babies still sleeping?
No. Absolutely not.
Not
Gonna
likely.
check in with Annabelle again. Maybe Liz can check in with Annabelle, see how she's holding out. I'm concerned when the guns start firing, when the explosions, the cannons.
It is a little bit jolting, but...
Well, the military division is coming up.
I jump a little bit.
I'm ready for it. It's one of my
You
favorites,
guys
to be honest.
make sure just talk me down so
We
everything's
will.
going to be okay.
We will. We'll
All right.
get you through it, John.
I like those hats. I could see Allie rocking one of those.
Yes.
Oh, see the little girl's got her ears covered.
Yep.
Too loud, Mommy.
It's too loud.
Too loud.
Here's the Centerdale Ladder 1 from North Providence coming through.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, all the
Allie
kids
and I
are just
twisting
waving, hoping
around.
to get some waves back.
I
Yeah,
keep forgetting
it's
that we're
exciting.
doing live coverage here and that we need to.
I know you get caught up in the
I
parade.
find myself
don't you?
turning and looking.
I know, and then I forget we're on camera. I always want to be in the parade, you know?
That's why I
It's very
chose this
exciting.
seat so I could kind of angle
You
out.
really do
and
have a
see.
good
I do.
spot there.
I'm here every year. I choose this side.
I'm getting a good twist of my lower back, I
Yeah.
must say, as I turn.
Were you a little sore from your baseball throw there, John, too?
The throw wasn't so bad. It was the hand. You see the bare hand, the way I caught that? That was a fastball he threw in. That was like
Did.
90 miles an hour he threw that.
Definitely.
And I handled that with no problem at
Are
all.
you in a little bit of pain?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay, though.
All right.
I need some ibuprofen. I should be a little bit better. Those folks are comfortable. I don't know that I'd want to sit right on the ground, though, for the whole parade. I might want to go with a little chair or something. What do you guys? How do you feel?
Maybe walk around a little bit.
If you walk around, you lose your spot.
Yeah.
It's gone.
You can't get up.
If you got here at 5 in the morning, you're not getting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely not moving.
Bring a little blanket, though. Or
Unless you have seat savers.
Yeah. I guess if you're a kid. If you're a kid, you don't care. You sit there and you kind of cross your legs and have some fun or get something to eat. Go over to Leo's. you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Get some
He's
sausage
making
and peppers.
how many dozens of sausage?
20.
20
dozen.
And he says if you know him, you'll
get
get
in.
one.
You'll get a seat. It looks like Leo knows a lot of people. 'Cause from my perspective over here, there are a lot of people out in front of
You
his
remember
restaurant.
me from
Or
that
my-
one time back then? You know that one acquaintance? Yeah.
I just did it
Can I
again.
have a sausage?
I said Leo, and I meant Paul Mancini. See,
And we
it
wanna-
happens all the time.
We want to thank all of our sponsors, our title sponsor, Cardi's Furniture, for making this parade possible, but also Unilock and Quarry Brothers, our fantastic
sets,
set.
yeah.
Thank you so much from everybody there. I think it looks great. I mean, it's
It
very
really does.
festive.
Yeah, it's not easy to get this all set up here.
It's a lot of work
on the
goes into
corner.
that.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it's very cushy. Thank you for these cushy chairs.
They are very comfortable.
Cushion
Yes.
chairs. It is.
I think we have the cadets coming up. That's
They
what I've
should
been
be
hearing.
coming. We've been hearing a little bit of a band off in the distance.
Ooh, yes. Second place winners last night at the Drum and Bugle Corps competition at Mount Hope High School. That's a big deal.
You can see their banner there. They're just inching their way towards us.
The anticipation is killing me, guys.
We have such a great crowd here today, too. Just people just seem to just be having a really good time. Just genuine fun.
I think it's all weather dependent, Doreen.
Yeah.
You know, last year the threat of rain was there for so long, and then it finally did rain. And the cadets from Allentown, Pennsylvania, Allie said it, second place. Tremendous group here. Drum and Bugle Corps from Allentown, Pennsylvania. They were founded in 1934 as the Holy Name Cadets in New Jersey, but now they're in Allentown, Pennsylvania. 10 DCI World Championships since 1983, the most recent one in 2011. The DCI, by the way, is Drum Corps International Award.
These guys are going to travel over 14,000 miles this summer.
They're in
summer
great demand.
entertaining people.
Great demand.
That
People
they
will
are.
see why as soon as they see them perform. Ellie and I got to see them last night briefly as they were getting ready over at Mount Hope High School, getting on the field. It's a huge group.
Oh, yeah.
And to get into a Drum and Bugle Corps is a big deal. You've got to audition, your musical ability, your marching ability. There's so much that factors into it. Let's take a listen.
Wow, how about those cadets all the way from Allentown, Pennsylvania? You guys thirsty?
I am thirsty. What do you got for me?
The marching milkmen from Monroe Dairy.
Oh, all right.
Nothing like a tall glass of cold milk.
No, and since 1881, Monroe Dairy's been delivering the freshest milk.
Family-owned farms. Buy local. It's a big movement on now for buy local.
Their crates are also a cute decoration in front of your home.
Can
Did you
be.
see
They
mine
are.
when you pulled up this morning,
I
John?
didn't notice. Should I have noticed it? I didn't notice it.
Yeah.
I was noticing the fantastic landscaping.
Thank
I
you.
noticed it.
I can take no credit for that.
Is that-
No? You don't mow the lawn, Dory?
Nope. I put the flags in the flowers.
That's a skill like anything else.
Yeah, you know. Let's listen to their marching milkman. We talk about how things get planned out. They put together this list of how they're going to set everybody up, the order that everybody's going to go through this parade. And I would think that this next succession was probably one of the easier ones to put together, because what goes with milk?
Cookies.
And what's better than Girl Scout cookies?
Oh,
now, see, in my day as a Girl Scout, I sold a lot of cookies,
You
but I
did?
never sold 22,000 boxes
Well, who
of
did?
cookies.
Wow.
Miss Katie Francis, who is here in the parade, she's come to us all the way from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That is the world record for Girl Scout cookies sold. And
Wow.
to get that record, she broke her own record from last year.
So I want to know what her
That's a skill.
strategy is.
Well, she spoke to a lot of local Girl Scouts while she was here in town, giving them her cookie selling secrets. And she says it's really just a matter of stopping everybody and everybody you meet and trying to sell them the cookies. It was a challenge because the price went up a little bit. But she said she was able to get everybody to buy, because who doesn't love a Thin Mint?
I know. I was just going to say, you can up that price. I'm still going to eat your Thin Mints.
Exactly. Exactly. And, of course, to benefit the Girl Scouts of America, which is great, too. There are 50 other Girl Scouts from all over southern New England who are walking with Katie Francis. They call her the Cookie Kid.
Well, yeah, 22,000?
That's a lot.
Wow.
I just remember having to deliver them all, and that was not easy.
And Pack 6 from Bristol, Boy Scouts making their way through. We want to turn a look. This is our porch cam from Leonard Place. The point of view camera is to give you a little perspective as how it looks a little bit raised
Yeah.
up. off the air.
Oh, yeah. That's how so many
That's pretty
people
neat.
watch the parade from
There's their
a
float.
friend's porch.
This float is made out of just wood, supporting signs and flags, and the pack, of course. There's a Pinewood Derby racetrack on there with 2 cars that'll be racing the whole time they are on. This is a winner.
Love the flags.
And anyone who's had a child in Cub Scouts knows about the Pinewood Derby. See that young man, there's his big car, that looks fast. It's sleek, it's cool, it goes down, it races.
Looking
The
good.
Pinewood Derby.
Have you helped design one or two of those,
Well, you're not
John?
supposed to. You're supposed to.
Sorry.
So I followed the rules, and my son
supervised.
came in last. The other people had Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I'm not saying that the kids didn't build it, but we digress.
That's very cool.
Very nice.
That is
You can see why that's a
neat.
winner. Oh, the little pack. This is Pack 6 from Bristol. Hello, Pack 6.
They've got a lot of fans, probably people that just know them around town, too, right?
And they got a lot of help in the supplies, too. We want to mention them. J.J. Cardosi from East Providence, Westfall Manufacturing from Bristol, Displays to Go from Bristol, Mount Hope Paint and Remodeling, Mike's Building and Remodeling, both of those are from Bristol, and Holmes Landscaping Construction from Riverside all contributed to make that float look as fantastic as it does.
It does. Looks great. Moving right along here. Still in the Chief Marshal Division, the first division. Do you guys remember last year the rain was so ominous that people were moving much faster
Yeah.
last year?
They
But
cruised
today
right
it's
through that
just,
route.
there's nothing to worry about. You can actually just enjoy the parade. No threats.
No Saturday mail delivery
Yell
today,
if
I
you
guess?
love the 4th of July. Ah! All right, I have a trivia question for you guys as we watch the Bristol U.S. Postal Service make their way through. Who was the first Postmaster General? Allie,
Oh my goodness.
Was it in our notes?
take a guess. One of the founding fathers.
Benjamin Franklin.
Benjamin Franklin, you are correct. She knows everything.
I just want to sing the song from Blue's Clues. Here's the mail, it never fails.
And Nick, Ron, and Pete.
Nairobi.
Where's Ben?
Ben
Driver.
DeCastro
Is
driving.
he driving?
He's a newlywed. He got married.
Oh,
this
congratulations,
summer. Yeah.
Ben.
We want to thank Nick, Ron, and Pete and everybody at Cardi's, not only for helping to sponsor our parade today, but also for the beautiful salute to our veterans that we saw before we saw the parade come down the street this morning.
Well, we talked about it. Nick, Ron, and Pete talked about it in that little package about how important it is, and for obvious reasons. They had family members, but also, of course, they recognize the sacrifices that people have made, serving, giving the ultimate sacrifice in some cases, but
we're getting a shout out from Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben. Hi, Ben.
Congratulations, by the way. Look at him. He's always smiling.
A grand old time.
We can't shout back. We have microphones.
We can't
on,
shout, but
so.
we want to shout. But we can wave. We can wave to Ben DeCastro.
Yeah.
And certainly that's great to see. Nairobi. There they are. Thumbs
Those
up.
outfits might be a little bit warm. What do you guys think?
Possibly.
Could be.
Possibly.
Could be.
Look at that beautiful American flag that they have, too. Wow.
Do I hear that Miss Chelsea Priest is joining us now?
Chelsea.
Let's turn around and see if we
Hey,
can see Shelley.
I know these guys pretty well.
How's it going?
There she is.
Hello, Chelsea.
How you guys doing?
Hi, Mike, too. Mike Lacrosse.
Hey, Mike.
You're my
Mike's here,
morning
too.
pals.
One headset. Hi, everyone.
Chelsea, what about this weather today? Just as you predicted.
I've gotten a lot of thumbs up on this course because not too hot, not too cold, a few clouds. We're doing good. Right, guys? We're having a lot of fun.
I don't know where the sun is, but that's all right.
Yeah, but it's good. The clouds are keeping us cooler, right?
And why do you have sunglasses on, Mike Lacrosse?
Yeah.
If there's no
It looks
sun.
He's just cool.
Yeah,
He's
he's
so
kinda
cool.
yeah, all right.
Let me
He's
tell
so
you about
cool.
Mike Lacrosse. He just wants to look cool.
Yeah. Well, it's not too hard for
Oh,
Mike.
I can't hear you guys. That's
I know.
That's
That's
the
why
That's
I
why
say
we're-
whatever I want.
That's why we're teasing him.
Normally in the
talking
morning
about
he
Mike.
comes back at me.
Not
Yeah.
today, not today.
Chelsea, this is your first Bristol Parade. You're a native Rhode
I
Islander,
know.
but what's going on so far on this route for you?
It's been so exciting. I mean, look at the crowds. This is just awesome, and everybody's in just such a good mood, and I'm having so much fun. We both are. We're having a great time.
What
Chelsea,
can you tell us
think
about the weather?
Yeah, you think we'll be all right?
Are
Back
we
to the
okay?
weather.
I think we're dry for the parade. We might see a sprinkle later, but that would be it. We're good. Good.
All right.
Not bad.
Love the optimism there.
Yeah, you guys having fun?
Absolutely.
Tremendous.
Good. You like
Absolutely.
nice and festive up there.
Oh, thanks, Chelsea.
Well, thanks
I
for
like your
stopping
white,
by.
Dorian.
Thanks, Chelsea. Great
white
minds
dress.
think alike. You bet.
We're matching.
I'll see you and Mike on Monday morning. Good
Sounds
morning,
good.
Providence.
Monday
5
morning.
to 7. I got to get my plug in. We're on from 5 to 7 a.m. Monday through Friday. We hope you'll join us.
All right. Have fun, guys.
Have
See you
fun.
guys.
Bye, Chelsea.
Take
Bye,
care.
Mike.
Good LAX.
Yeah, they're having
Mr.
fun.
LAX.
I know. They noticed they gave Chelsea the headset, not Mike.
Yeah, you tell us. Why is that?
Oh, look, we have to go to our next shot.
We kid. We tease Mike, of course.
You know, we've been talking about our big
Great
surprise.
sport.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon.
You sure?
I am. I'm looking at my rundown to double check.
Yeah, but this doesn't mean anything. Everything's out of order. We don't know what's what.
I can see it. That's how I know.
Everybody say bye to Chelsea and Mike as
Bye-bye.
they leave us.
Yeah,
so
they're
Chelsea
having a
says
good
we're going to
time.
be fine. Maybe a little sprinkle later on, but a sprinkle to cool you down and then continue the barbecuing. It's going to be fine.
You know who we also have down here is one of my friends from ABC 6 News at Noon, Mr. Buddy C. Yancey.
Oh, Buddy's here.
Our
Buddy.
chief political analyst. Hi, Buddy.
I'm enjoying myself in the parade. I have, thank God the weather held up, and this is big crowds and a lot of enthusiasm and excitement over the 4th of July in Bristol, which is the longest continuously operating parade in America.
How many of these have you been in, Buddy?
Since 1975, probably about 30 of them.
Wow.
About 30 of them, I guess, and it's a long walk, so they don't let you get out of the car too much because it slows the parade down.
Well, because you like to shake the hands,
I
Buddy.
certainly
They
do.
They gotta keep you in check.
You're doing a great job, and it's better than being in the studio today, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
buddy.
All right, John, my friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, buddy.
Now I see where you are. You look very historic there. All right. I got to move on. These
You
parade
do.
marshals. are
And,
gonna-
Buddy, you're
All
giving
right.
away our super secret, too. It's right behind
Yeah,
you.
I know it. I
You
know
got
it.
a prime spot today.
Yeah, that's right. I did.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks,
All right,
buddy.
I got to move on.
Happy
All right.
4th.
Did
Hi,
you
buddy.
see behind Buddy? That was our friend, Pat Patriot.
Yes.
Oh.
Our big surprise,
Well,
everybody.
Who is with Pat Patriot? The
The
Lombardi,
Lombardi
Trophy.
Trophy. You
And a
want to
few of
talk
the
about
cheerleaders,
the pride
too.
of New England?
Yes.
Right there. Here
So-
it comes.
There we can see it there. So we've got two Patriots cheerleaders, but that guy in the middle is a security guard.
Right, and that's why he's holding it. Because I remember when they first told us about this, I said, you're giving the Lombardi Trophy to just two cheerleaders. There's not going to be any security there. They're like, oh, no, the security guard's holding the Lombardi Trophy.
Right.
The
Look at
4th Lombardi Trophy for the New England
Exactly.
Patriots, we
How
might add.
fitting on the 4th.
Excellent. Thank
Right?
you, Doreen. Well, that's very nice.
Well, I got to credit the Patriots Instagram because they put that out on Instagram
Oh,
this
that's
morning.
smart.
Which, if you're Instagramming, use our hashtag ABC6 Bristol 4th if you're on
Yes,
Twitter
we've
or
got
Facebook.
some great pictures up there already. I found a gentleman that had a long beard that was spray painted red, white, and blue with stars in it somehow. I'm not sure how he did that, but it was very creative. That's on there, ABC 6.
Hey, it's Pat the Patriot. How you doing, Pat?
Hey, Pat. Hey, good
Happy
to see
4th of July.
you.
Good to see you.
Now, you're
Oh, you
patriotic every day. He's asking Allie to call him.
I got to call him.
We're joined now by one of the Patriots cheerleaders. Hi, happy 4th of July.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're having a great time. How are you guys experiencing this parade?
Oh, you know, we are just given such a warm welcome here in Bristol. We're so happy to be here. I know everyone's excited to see Lombardi Trophy live and in action, so we're definitely having a blast. Happy to be here.
Who's with you on the float? Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name's Victoria. I'm from Connecticut. We have Alan right here who's taking care of our trophy, and then we have Kayla over here from Massachusetts.
All right, well, welcome to Bristol.
Thank you very much for having us.
You're patriotic every day.
Yes.
Not
yes,
just today.
Is this your guys' first time at the Bristol Parade?
This is, and this is a real treat. We heard about the history before we came here. We didn't realize it was going to be this large, so very surprised, but very excited to be here.
I bet a lot of smiles are going as you guys go by. You see a lot of smiles. It's, hey, the Patriot, Pat the Patriot, the cheerleaders, the 4th of July, the trophy, it's all there.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, it's great because obviously our colors are red, white, and blue, so we have a lot of Pats fans in the audience. We have hats, we have T-shirts going on, so we've had a lot of support, and it's great to be out here and see all the fans.
And did you know you were a surprise? Nobody knew you guys were coming. We had to keep it a secret. They were afraid of the mass hysteria over the Lombardi Trophy.
I could understand that. No, we had no idea until we got here. We went to get dressed and put our uniforms on. They said, we'll just let you know we have to hide you in here for a little bit. We'll take you to the golf cart, escort you to the car. We're like, okay, royal treatment. Sure.
All right.
That's awesome.
Well, you deserve it. Thank you so much for joining us
today. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy 4th of July.
Thank you, too. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
How cool. Do you notice the security guy is wearing gloves as well?
You can't get fingerprints.
Can't get fingerprints.
You can't, of course not.
No. I'm sure people want to take pictures with it. The security guy's like, no.
He is a stun
It's like you on a morning.
That's right.
Before the news.
Before coffee.
Before the coffee.
I've been there before. I've seen her. We kid.
Here come the cheers.
How fun.
That's fantastic.
As the Lombardi Trophy
really
comes through.
I got to get a pic of this
What
and
a
send it
coup.
to our hashtag here.
Yeah, what a coup for the 4th of July committee to get the Lombardi Trophy. Pat
I
the
got
Patriot,
it, Allie. I'll
Patriots
share it with you on
cheerleaders.
our hashtag.
Yay.
Check out our pic.
Very nice.
Oh, Pat Patriot's taking off down the street,
Pat
too.
Patriot's got wheels. I think he could play for the Patriots.
Yeah,
He's
wow.
running in that outfit. Wow. Are you kidding me? But as you say, Doreen, it was a surprise, and people are like, is that the Patriots Super Bowl trophy? All right, cool. So it's a nice surprise.
I think we met people's expectations. That's a pretty big deal.
I don't know. You never know. You hate to speak for everyone, but I think it's cool.
I think it's fantastic. You know, and what better
It would have been nice to have Tom Brady
than the
here,
Patriot.
but I mean, you get what you.
He's kind of dealing with a lot right now.
Yeah.
Do you think there are any Patriots fans here today?
Well, that's the great thing about the Boston Red Sox and New England Patriots is that their colors are red, white, and blue. So you get to wear their stuff today and be fitting for the occasion as well. Oh, this is a really special group coming up here. These are the Hawthorne Caballeros Drum and Bugle Corps from New Jersey. And before they get here, I want to mention and give a big shout out to Jerry Medeiros. He's a member of the Bristol 4th of July Committee. He's a playing member of the alumni corps of this group. He's not here with us today, but Jerry, we know you are watching at home. He's had some health issues, and that's preventing him from being here today.
We spoke with his brother Tony last night. Allie and I did at the Drum and Bugle Corps competition at Marshal High School. Tony's kind of stepped in and to take over for Jerry while he recovers. Jerry, we wish you all the best. We know you're watching. Thank you for being with us and watching. We know you love the Caballeros. It's the first time that they've ever marched in Bristol. I know that they've tried for years to get them. They finally got them here. And let's listen and enjoy it all together.
They're playing Uptown Funk, by the way.
Let's listen and enjoy it together.
Incredible.
These guys have performed for the President and the Queen of England, not to mention the NFL and the MLB. That's quite a thing to say. We played for the President and the Queen of England.
tell by their uniforms. They're known for their fast-paced marching style and Latin music. If you didn't hear Doreen say they were playing Uptown Funk, really got the crowd going.
They are the most decorated drum corps in the country, winning thousands of contests in their 69-year history. Pretty incredible.
Well, that wraps up the Chief Marshal Division. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the Military Division. Stay with ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You are watching coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
And welcome back, folks, to the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. We just wrapped up the Chief Marshal Division, and we're entering the Military Division. We want to mention this is brought to us by Cortland Place.
Our division marshal here is Lieutenant Philip Wagner.
And welcome back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. We just wrapped up the Chief Marshal Division, moving into the Military Division now, brought to us by Cortland Place.
The division marshal here is Lieutenant Philip Wagner.
From the Rhode Island National Guard. Lieutenant is joining us now. Happy 4th of July, Lieutenant.
Hey, thank you. Happy 4th of July.
How's your day going so far? How's the march?
It's great. I'm just, it's such an honor to, I'm a native Bristolian, been in my whole life, and, I got 16 years in active duty and in National Guard. I'm just, it's an honor to be here. I feel like a hero,
What's it like? Well, you are a hero.
Yes, exactly.
What does it feel like for you to be on that side?
It's good. That's good. I have so much support. Everyone's running out here, giving me high fives and telling me thank me for my service, and it feels good. And I just like to thank everyone for their support of every one of us in there in uniform.
Absolutely. Who's joining you today?
This is my daughter right here. If you would grab her.
Oh yes, let's show her.
Yes.
She's a little embarrassed, but
that's okay. What's her name?
This is my daughter Elizabeth. So she's been there for 2 deployments with me too. So she's special.
You bring that up, but it's important to remember, too, not just the people who are serving, but the families who are home that are also making the sacrifice, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. You need we're out there doing our thing, but they're also helping us back there, too.
We thank you so much for your service, and thank you so much for being here with us today. Enjoy the rest of the parade with your family.
I will. Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Happy 4th.
You too. Happy 4th.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
And Elizabeth, little camera shy.
You see the emotion there,
yeah.
too. It's really special. This is one of my favorite divisions. For sure, the Military Division. We'll be hearing a lot of firing of the guns, I'm sure.
And the opportunity for folks to, and we've talked about it, it's a day off, certainly it's a holiday, but it's cookouts, it's friends getting together, old friends, but it's also recognizing the men and women in uniform who have served, who will serve, who have served and given the ultimate sacrifice, to say thank you and really give you a salute. And this is their opportunity for folks along Hope and High Streets to say thank you in a way that expressed through applause. It just really makes the moment, I think.
I think Doreen brought up an excellent point, is that the families are making a huge sacrifice
tremendous
as well.
Sacrifice, absolutely.
And you heard the lieutenant saying there that he couldn't do it without his family because of their support. So we'd like to take a moment and thank the families who've been right behind our veterans during their service.
You can hear the applause.
The Naval Station Newport Color Guard, Captain Dennis Boyer, United States Navy. Lots of members of the Navy here in Bristol. The Tortuga here in port too, which was cool. Remember?
Yes.
The Tortuga.
It's anchored out in the bay for the first time in years that a Navy ship has come for the parade, but that's actually a tradition that they've had going since, well, on and off, since 1876 was when the first Navy ship was in the harbor. Sort of as a show of support for the parade. People can tour the Tortuga, by the way. They are picking up at the Rockwell Pier if people are interested. Until 3 o'clock today if you're here.
And I think we have Captain Dennis Boyer right now from the Navy. Hey, Captain, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me here.
How's it been so far this morning? Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's the by far the best parade I've ever been in, and certainly the largest, too.
What kind of crowds are you seeing, Dennis?
I'm sorry?
What kind of crowds are you seeing?
I'm a submarine officer, so I'm not really proficient at the weather guessing.
That's good.
Since you're above board there, above land for a while.
Must be nice to get this perspective, though, of a parade.
Oh, it is. I've seen the parade from the street side, and to be a part of it is fantastic.
Are you a Bristolian? Are you from Rhode Island?
I'm actually from Missouri, but after 30-plus years in the Navy, I'm sort of from the United States.
Oh, I
but I'll tell you that I've
point.
lived in Newport longer than I've lived anywhere else since I've been on active duty.
So you're well aware of the history and the tradition here in Bristol.
Oh, fantastic history here. And in fact, the Navy in Rhode Island's been a long-time partner, and it's great to be a part of this celebration.
Well, we're so glad you could join us, and thank you so much for stopping and chatting with us.
All right. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, you too as well. Happy 4th.
All right. Happy 4th.
You can tell everyone just having a good time, too, just kind of almost getting a chance to be up close and personal with these folks who are in the parade this year, interacting.
I think so. I think even Fussy McFussy is happy today, which is hard for Fussy McFussy to ever be happy.
I mean, how can you not be, really?
The U.S. Navy Band, Northeast Marching Band from Newport. See the sponsor there from the Wolf Tavern. The Navy Band Northeast is based out of Naval Station Newport. The director is Lieutenant Gregory Fritz. And if this will get you going with patriotic music,
yes,
here it is.
They're one of 11 official U.S. Navy bands worldwide. They do 500 engagements annually. That's a lot.
Think about that. There's 365 days in a year. They do 500 engagements a year. They're doing double time at some point. And you can see why. Patriotic music up there. They also do classic, contemporary, big band, swing, and alley country music as well. They can do it all. we can't see Allie's boots because
you cannot.
We have Corey and Unilock there out the front, but Allie has these really fancy country boots, very patriotic.
Red, white, and blue.
I do have an American flag on my boots.
Yes.
Maybe I'll show them later.
United States Marine Corps, I believe. It's hard to see some glare here.
And to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine.
I believe that's the marching unit from Naval Station Newport.
And these are the Marines that are on board the ship out in the harbor, and you can hear the applause for them right now.
Admire the precision of the marching. Every shirt pressed just right. You won't find a spot on those shoes. Perfect attention to detail.
And there's that applause again.
Very respectful applause, I would call it. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
And these are the actual sailors here from the ship in the harbor, from the
Tortuga. Yes. The commander is Jeff Baker. The Tortuga has visited the island of Iwo Jima 2008 and 2010 to celebrate the anniversary of the World War II battle that was fought there. Their home is in Virginia, Little Creek, Virginia. Welcome, Tortuga, crew members, and your commander. Welcome to Bristol.
A lot of folks taking advantage of the opportunity to see it out in the harbor.
Well, just imagine what that was like. I mean, just about every kid I know from this area has been to Battleship Cove. But those are older ships. Imagine what the Tortuga is like now compared to what the Battleship Cove has. Just a fantastic opportunity for folks to take advantage of. And as you say, Doreen, you'll be here till 3. Couldn't quite hear it, but I know it was appreciated by the crowd. Certainly, I thought it was Anchors Away for a second.
I think so.
Was it
I think
Anchors
it was.
Away? Okay. Look
Pretty
great
incredible.
in their whites. The precision marching. We are in the military division here, the Bristol 4th of July celebration, the 230th. 1785, folks, it all started. Here we are 230 years later.
It's these round year anniversaries they like to do a little extra special things for, right? You know, 230th.
People seem to be into that.
They,
you know, it's
they
like
are.
your 20th, your 25th, your 30th. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why we had the Lombardi Trophy, right?
Our special treat.
This is the marching unit here, the Officer Training Command from Naval Station Newport.
Few folks who are sitting along the sides, I don't know if you guys have noticed, are standing up now to cheer.
I do notice that, now that you mention it. Their float, the aircraft carrier ship, sponsored by the Surface Warfare Officer School Command. It looks like a World War II aircraft carrier. It's actually a model of the USS Wasp. And the detail on this, folks, I don't know if the cameras can pick it up, if we can get a good shot of it, but you can see all the intricacies that are there, and no details were spared, even down to the little flags that are flying on it. And the planes, of course, the aircraft carrier carrying planes, and the guns. Wow. Really, really looks good.
There, of course, to honor the men and women of the Navy who've served and died for our country as well.
And it does a great job of doing that, certainly.
Here's some more of those families coming up, too, that we talk so much about.
Nice. It's nice to see that.
And they can enjoy it together. Mom and Dad together. Coast Guard now coming through. Color Guard there.
It's the oldest continuous seagoing service of the United States.
Is that right? Very interesting. It was created in 1790 at the request of Alexander Hamilton as the Revenue Marine.
That is not an official Coast Guard boat.
You sure? Are you sure? I think it's been commissioned.
It's the official cheer getter for the Coast Guard. Pretty cute.
A lot of smiles.
We're being told it's a cooler with cold drinks in it. That's very, very clever. Very clever.
Nice.
I wish I had a cooler like that.
Right? I'm a little jealous. That is awesome.
Travels right alongside. It's perfect.
A little neat tidbit, we were talking about the USS Wasp. Well, it's assigned to the Joint Strike Fighter testing, and it's a program that started in the 1990s, and basically the Air Force, Navy, and Marines are trying to develop these incredible, affordable, lightweight fighter jets. And they're supposed to be able to withstand anything, be the best fighter jets across the globe. It's cutting-edge technology, pretty neat stuff.
We've had so many different shots here from our spot at Hope and Church. Hello, young man. Happy 4th to you.
Looks like he's having a good time, right?
And you can really see from our overhead shots or from porch cam, the point of view camera from Leonard Place, the number of people here, and much bigger than last year, I would say.
I agree.
No threat of weather. At least, it's overcast, yes, a little cloudy, but so what? It's probably low 70s, mid 70s. It's just right.
And can you hear, friends, we have another band coming our way. This is the 88th Army Marching Band from Cranston, known as the Governor's Own. The 88th Army Band is from the Rhode Island Army National Guard.
And the Division Marshal. All right, let's listen in. That band is commanded by Chief Warrant Officer Todd Garapi and Sergeant First Class Jacob Ludwig.
And these are part-time National Guard soldiers, and their primary goal is music.
That's such a big part of it. And the Division Marshal there is Brigadier General Charles Patriotic. And Rhode Island National Guard Army Division.
There we go. Several members of the National Guard here marching through.
The
Certainly
Army National
powerful.
Guard, Army National Guard made up of more than 2,200 members. Most of the residents, if not all of them. Most of them are residents.
You hear the applause picking up as they pass by our corner of Hope and Church Streets.
They have a whole bunch of jobs that they perform, routinely called upon. To toot the horn really loud as I'm about to talk, but that's okay. They provide military support to civil authorities, of course, and during local emergencies and natural disasters. When everyone else is hunkered down, they're out there making sure roads are passable or floodwaters are maintained as best as possible. Even storm damage from blizzards, trying to clear the roads and help in any way that they can. Certainly appreciate all that they do for us. Again, we've said it many times, we'll say it again, it's appropriate during the military division. Thank you to all of the men and women serving, to your families also who support you, to those who have served and given us all the freedoms that we enjoy today on this Independence Day. It's a great honor for us, and we want to salute you today and thank you for all that you do and have done for us. And for those of you thinking about serving in the future, thank you for the sacrifice you will make. Also the public officials. We see the police officers here as well, the K-9 units, everyone. To make this doesn't just happen, obviously, but there's a lot that goes involved. We also want to thank the public safety officials as well, keeping us safe and allowing us to have this great day here in Bristol.
Allows you to just enjoy it all and take it all in and really be in the moment today.
Just focus on the parade in front of you. Don't worry about anything else.
Yes.
You can hear those gun salutes now.
Oh, is this our band?
This is, guys,
This is
that
our band from the
band we've been
Bahamas.
talking about,
Yes.
the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers Band here in the United States for the first time.
Is any group happier to be in Bristol than them?
No, I don't think so. And their director is Duron Lewis. We heard from him earlier in the show. I think pride is an understatement that he's feeling right now.
I would
Very
agree.
exciting moment for this band.
We'll tell you a little bit about them after we listen to them a little bit. Let's listen in. All right, well, we'll tell you right now. These are made up of 45 members from the Bahamas, 14 to 21. The first time in Bristol, first time in America. They practice 6 times a week. They rehearse at the Church of God in the Bahamas. They raised all the money to get here. Major General Kevin McBride was instrumental in getting the band here. Major General McBride just retired in June, but he played a big role in getting the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers Band from Nassau, Bahamas here to Bristol.
And they're trying to give them an American experience
Well,
while
this is it.
they're
I mean,
here.
talk about American experience.
Right?
All about-
They're pretty amazing. They're staying over at Roger Williams University, and we heard earlier from their director that they're having a little bit of fun over there.
Staying up all night.
Yeah, I'm sure enjoying each other's company and just talking about everything they're experiencing. I mean, you talk about it's your first time in the United States, but then your first time coming to the Bristol Parade, too. That's really a slice of Americana, isn't it?
Let's check in with Liz Tufts. Liz.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Okay, I can hear myself. I am with the commander of the Bahamas band, Duron Lewis. What is going through you're all smiles right now.
Yes, I am. I am elated. I am ecstatic. I am excited. I am beyond measure. Happy.
How do your feet feel?
Sorry?
Your feet. How are your feet feeling?
It feels like I'm marching again. Must have stopped some time ago because I feel super. I could be Superman right now.
Okay, so yesterday when I interviewed you in East Greenwich at Camp Fogarty, you said that it was really cold here. It's really muggy for us here in New England, southern New England. You're sweating a little bit. You were cold yesterday, and it was like 85. How are you feeling?
Well, it was really cold when we got here. Today feels nice and warm because I'm moving, so I'm nice and heated up and the adrenaline is pumping. I tell you, I'm going to leave some of the Bahamian sunshine with you. We brought it on the plane, huh?
Yes, please. So, one last question. How are your members reacting, seeing all these people lining, thousands of people? How are they doing? Are they holding up well?
They are so excited about this. This is the first time they've ever seen this many people on a parade. What I would tell you is we're playing a piece called Down Home. We come from down home. It's way back in the Bahamas, and we got like a down home.
Nice. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. Congratulations, and we'll hopefully talk to you at the end. All right, bye-bye.
Ooh, I'm liking what I'm hearing there.
Yeah.
We come from down home.
I like that he said it's cold.
Isn't that it's hysterical? Hysterical, but he likes the mugginess today.
Yeah.
What's really neat about this band, you guys, is these are at-risk students. And I know, John, you said it earlier, but they raised every penny to get here, selling juices. And you think about the experience to finally make it here. And of all places to be in Bristol, the most patriotic town in America. I mean, this is once in a lifetime for these kids. Really neat.
And the fans in Bristol, people in Bristol, very knowledgeable, of course, and they recognize what this means for the band. Let's listen in. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force Rangers Band from Nassau, Bahamas. Lots of smiles, lots of happy folks there. We're so glad that they're able to make it here to Bristol and to the United States. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we know that they will. That wraps up our division coverage of the military division. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have the militia division when we come back. Stay with ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You are watching ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Belize, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock. Now, back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture, brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Welcome back, everybody. As we continue through this Bristol 4th of July parade, we are now in the militia division, which we want to mention is brought to us by Riley Kitchen and Bath.
Thank you, Riley Kitchen and Bath. The militia division. This is always a fun division to look at, too.
This is the musket division, as I like to
it,
call
yeah.
it.
Woo! And there it goes.
I couldn't have timed that any better.
Right?
That was very good.
Thank you, guys. Well, we were talking.
I want to turn around and speak to our division marshal here, Colonel Raymond Murray. Colonel, can you hear us?
Over the muskets, he may not be able to.
He's clearing out his ears. Colonel.
Once.
He had to take his hat off.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th to all.
how is your day going? How's the march been?
We're having a great day. I'd say everybody should come to Bristol today, but I think everybody's here.
I think you might be right about that. How's the crowd been?
Great crowd today. Couldn't be happier. Great day. It's nice and cool. We're having a good time, and we're looking forward to the rest of the parade.
Now, don't take offense if, as you walk by, all the kids have their ears covered.
Well, we haven't had any complaints yet, so I don't think we've startled anybody too bad.
Well, they expect it now, of course, in this division.
They do indeed.
Well, Colonel, thank you so much for stopping and chatting with us. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th to all. Thank you.
The militia division really gives you a sense of what the soldiers were wearing many years ago, and the history with it, and the uniforms. Really interesting. It really is.
And coming up, we're going to be hearing from the fife and drums, the Kentish Guard fife and drum, which is really neat. The fifes have been used since the 16th century.
Woo! There you go. We're waiting for it.
Even when you see it and you know what's going to happen, it still makes you jump.
There is a startle factor,
yes.
There's no question.
Of course, you get some kids who cover their ears, and then you get the other kids who say, do it again.
There's a mom
We have
covering
adults covering their ears.
You have your moments when you can fire off the muskets. This is one of those moments.
Mm-hmm.
Corner of Hope and Church. There's a look at the cannons.
Love it.
And the tents. Their float.
Ooh.
Allie's still jumping.
They're really getting them in.
Getting their money's worth. This is America's Living History. Float theme there, American Living History. It features bronze living statues from our bronze historic collection. And a tiny little cannon there that does quite a job of firing things off.
Yeah, it does.
The historical figures represented there: George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Betsy Ross, along with 1031's famous gargoyle living statues. The fife and drum, always an entertainment, and the Kentish Guard fife and drum, always very popular with people here in Bristol.
You can smell the muskets.
Yes.
Now the Kentish Guard fife and drum out of East Greenwich formed in East Greenwich back in 1774. At the time, they had 2 fifers and 2 drummers. What more do you need?
That's it.
Major General Nathaniel Greene was a charter member, believe it or not. Famous Rhode Islander.
Talking about the history, their uniform was worn by Kentish Guards in the U.S. Army between 1790 and 1820. The only difference is the musicians wear black felt bicorn hats and militiamen wear bear fur crested light infantry helmets. So that's how you can tell the difference.
Well, the float we have coming up was one that I was referencing before. I think I was jump-started a little bit because there's so much to talk about. They won an award. What was the award they won for?
They won, I'm looking right now, most patriotic, most beautiful, and this is for the commercial division.
Wow.
There are
2
2
awards,
categories,
most
commercial and non-commercial.
And there you see the gargoyle
And
statues. we're
best
talking
in
about.
parade they won as well.
This is the best in parade, okay.
This is best in parade.
That's
All right.
the highest honor there.
Excellent. You can see the historical figures are represented there. We'll get a better shot here. America's Living History: George Washington, Abe Lincoln, Ben Franklin, Betsy Ross, and the gargoyles from Waterfire. If you've been to Waterfire,
Yeah, you've probably seen them.
had a picture taken or 2. I don't know how they stand as still as they do and not blink,
Right?
but they do.
That's talent.
It is talent.
You can see why this won. Just look at that. It's even entertaining just to watch.
Are those gargoyles doing the historical figures? I think it is. I
Yeah.
think they are gargoyles being.
A neat little tidbit for
George
you guys.
Washington.
The co-founders were actually at Waterfire when they got the idea to start 1031 Productions because they realized how neat and entertaining those figures are and how much people enjoy it. And now they They've been going on for 10 years now, entertaining people at different events.
There are actually people from 1031 on the float as well.
You can see on the other side of our shot there, you see Abe Lincoln, you see the stovepipe hat. Here's our look, here's our porch cam, giving you the look of our set here. Corey Brothers, Unilock, along with Alexandra Colley and Doreen Scanlon. I'm John DeLuca. So glad you could join us if you're just joining us now. There's Smokey the Bear, always very popular, Rhode Island DEM, Division of Forest and Environment. What does Smokey like to say, Doreen?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
That's right. Does this not remind you of the movie The Patriot?
I want to start whistling.
Right.
The Patuxent Rangers fife and drum out of Warwick.
They were chartered to protect the village of Patuxent by the colony of Rhode Island in 1774.
Think of Patuxent Village, though, back in the day. Thriving fishing village and seaport. A lot of responsibility, Patuxent Rangers.
They do a lot of reenactments and encampments, this group, and they said they're always looking for new members.
Yes. They want to let you know they provide the uniform, the instruments, and the training. You just need to provide your time. They really do sound awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start whistling. I know I can't. I just did.
That's pretty good.
Let's let them do it.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
It's okay, John.
Sorry, John.
Somebody's
Sorry.
mean. I'm going to say who.
They're so talented.
Yes.
And
we
practice.
have the clowns.
Send in the clowns.
Was anybody scared of clowns as a child here?
No. Were you?
Ew.
A little bit. Send in the clowns.
Is that a hot dog? Clowning for kids.
Yes, clowning for kids.
Mm-hmm.
They want to help children. They want to teach the art of clowning.
They also raise money, too.
They do. They have a serious side as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
For
they do a lot of
autism
great
research, for abused and neglected children, for teens. They just want to help kids all around.
I could see, you know what it is? I think the scary movies where you take the doll who looks like a clown and you put it, that's what's done it. That's what makes people think the clowns are somehow
These
scary.
are not those folks.
These are not them. Who would be afraid of that clown? You're a clown and you're not insulted.
Do you guys watch Modern Family?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you know how
Cameron dresses up? Yes.
Love it.
Yes.
Pretty neat bus there.
That is a fun bus.
Oh, hello.
The world runs on laughter, it says on the side.
What does it say?
The world runs on laughter.
Amen. I
It's
like that.
cheaper than gas. It doesn't say that. I just added that.
That's the sounds of the Yankee Volunteers fife and drum. They're out of Seekonk. They sound great.
They do. I love the fife and drum. I think they're my favorite.
It sounds fantastic. It just gets you in the mood.
It really does.
It really does.
I mean, you want to feel patriotic, this will do it for you.
Their muskets are exact replicas of our forefathers' weapons.
These guys are from Seekonk.
Allie, be prepared. There's more muskets. They're getting loaded. Now, 150 years ago, the first soldiers of the Yankee Volunteers marched into battle at the start of the Civil War. They carry on those colonial traditions.
And holding true to tradition, they play the same style 6-hole wooden fifes and rope tension drums used by our earliest American patriots. So it's pretty neat stuff.
Absolutely. You're just walking history right there, going through.
And a lot of these fife and drum groups are part of an organization that holds true to living out the traditions and making sure that they stay all the details.
And look at the smiles on the faces. The littlest folks in Bristol today enjoying it, as well as the big folks as well. Everyone head to toe, stars and stripes, patriotism everywhere. This is...
Oh, we're getting a hug from Elmo.
Oh, this is the best 4th of July ever for that child, huh?
What a moment.
That red furry
As he
character.
starts to backpedal a little bit.
Who looks
What
a lot
just
like...
happened?
a certain somebody, but it's not. He's a red furry character. But he still gives out hugs, which is very nice. Very cute. But again, this is a unique American experience here in Bristol, and we're so glad that we're able to bring it to you. It's our signature event here at ABC6. We're so proud to be a part of it in our association with Bristol and the Bristol 4th of July Committee. So many folks make it possible. The sponsors, obviously, the Carty brothers, the main sponsor, but also Corey Brothers, Unilock. The division sponsor for this, the militia division, is Riley Kitchen and Bath. Thank you. All of this, so many people make it possible. We want to thank you in some small way in certain parts throughout the day, but I don't know if we can thank them enough.
True, and you see the beautiful flowers from J&L Landscaping and Garden Center as well.
And coming up now, the Cadets 2 from Allentown, Pennsylvania. And these are sort of a subdivision of the Cadets, and that's because they're aged 21 to 25, because at 21 you age out of the drum corps. So Cadets 2.
They're new to the parade here in Bristol this year, as they are a recently formed group.
Giving the command.
This is as quiet as it's been for a while here.
I know.
Anticipation.
Yes.
Here we go.
She's standing on a cooler, by the way.
Well, there you have it, Cadets 2 from Allentown, Pennsylvania. We're going to take a quick break as we wrap up the Militia Division. Up next, the Veterans Division. Stay with us for ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. We'll be right back.
You are watching coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Corey Brothers, and Unilock. And now, back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture, and brought to you by Paul Massey, Corey Brothers, and Unilock.
And welcome back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. We're now working our way into the Veterans Division, sponsored by one of my favorite places, Toby Keith's Bar and Grill. I'm a country girl, so that place is awesome. Thank you for sponsoring the Veterans Division. We're just moving right along here.
We are. You know, you talk about a division that garners a big round of applause from the crowd. I don't think people are going to stop clapping from now until the very end of this division.
Of course.
You see the Warren Police Department color guard there, leading the way for the Veterans Division.
And I can hear the applause making their way.
Division Marshal, Mr. Richard Enos, joined by Patricia and Lewis.
He's going to talk to us as he approaches our area here. He's making his way.
Richard Enos is the Veterans Council President.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th to you. How's the route going for you so far?
I love the tie, Richard.
Thank you.
Look great. Happy 4th of July to you.
Like that, huh?
What kind of reception are the veterans getting as they make their way through Bristol?
Excellent, excellent. Outstanding. You hear me?
Yes,
Oh,
we do.
yes.
Are you having a good time?
I'm always having a good time. Bristolian, born in Bristol, you got to have a good time.
You must be extra proud today.
Oh, absolutely.
Talk about a little bit about the long tradition here that Bristol has of honoring and recognizing the veterans.
Well, there's no town better than Bristol that recognize the veterans. They are super with us veterans, and we appreciate it. And God bless them, and have a happy holiday.
Well, thank you so much, Richard, and all the best to you.
Thank you.
And your other veterans as you walk through the streets of Bristol. We thank you for your service, and thank you for stopping by.
By the way,
and
this is my wife, Patricia.
Oh, hi, Patricia.
Yes, let's get her on
and
camera,
my brother,
too.
David.
Oh, good.
So the whole family's here.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend.
And have a good 4th.
Yes, same to you.
Okay.
Happy 4th.
Very nice.
And
Those
that's the
ties
thing.
are awesome.
As the parade continues on year after year, they're doing their part in recognizing, yes, we're celebrating America's birthday and all the freedoms we have, but they're thanking the veterans better than anybody could in such a magnitude. Yeah, we're covering it, but the thousands of people who come out and show their appreciation for them as they make their way down Hope and High Streets.
It's a great way, too, on this day that you're with your family and you're hanging out and you're just enjoying each other's company, to remind everybody about the day and the patriotism and all those people who fight so hard for the freedoms that we enjoy every day.
I know the veterans of foreign wars coming through. And you're right, Doreen. You know, moms and dads, it's your opportunity to lean over and tell Junior or little Sissy and say, look, these are the guys, the men and women who fought for us. These are the people who have served in foreign wars and have allowed us to have the freedoms that we have in our country.
That's a nifty little car there.
That is about as customized as they come.
What is? All right.
That's extra fancy.
Very cool.
You can hear the applause there picking up. Plenty of American flags on these vehicles.
And it's nice to see the veterans still come out. I mean, unfortunately, World War II veterans, Korean War veterans are fewer and fewer as the years go on, but those that do make it and those are able to make it, certainly if they're not here, we know they're watching somewhere because they know how well appreciated. We heard Richard Enos talking about it. They appreciate it. They are being thanked. They realize what Bristol is about. They realize that the folks here who come out recognize the sacrifices that they've made.
And it's so important for the people along the parade route to see that too. It really adds something special. I mean, it's what these parades need.
You can't have a parade without the veterans.
You absolutely cannot.
There is no parade without the veterans.
Right. It is incredible. Really nice.
And to think, 230 years, every year they've had something here in Bristol. Some kind of patriotic exercise, whether it was a parade or celebration, something has happened
Can you
recognizing.
imagine that? I mean, it is.
What a tradition.
It is. It is huge. 230 years. Wow. And
I would
each and
love to
every
hear
year.
from Liz Tufts. I wonder what she's up to right now. I'm sure she's causing trouble.
She's probably having fun out in the crowd with everybody. You know that.
She was causing trouble over at Leo's. She
Causing
caused
trouble
that
with a couple, telling them that they needed to have kids. Called them out on live TV.
Stirring the pot. The Veterans Division making their way through here.
Who do we have here? Okay. Elks Care, Elks Share float, the Bristol County Elks Lodge, number 1860. And the Elks do a lot for the community. They provide support for veterans, East Bay Cares, scholarships, children and families in need. They feed over 600 local families, Thanksgiving dinner, and of course, much more.
And if you can see on the float, it's a trailer, 16 feet long, but it has banners and signs that represent the charities that they help every single year. So to give you some perspective as to how involved they are, what Allie was referring to.
And we're seeing they do food and pantry baskets, Christmas parties, wine tastings, youth activities, deck parties, and clam bakes.
Doreen, I love the motto. So long as there are veterans, the Elks will never forget them.
That's beautiful. And
That's
then
amazing,
to
yeah.
quote what they said, the significance, being in the 4th of July parade helps remind us how important it is to celebrate our veterans and let them know how important they are to us and let them know we will never forget the sacrifices they made for our country. Hats off to the Elks.
And Parkston High School Marching Trojans Band from Parkston, South Dakota.
Another
their
one of
first
the
time.
new bands, yes.
Their director is Andrew Schneider.
There are 200 students enrolled at Parkston High School and 53 members in their band.
Certainly the thing you want to do in that high school, right? 53 of them.
right, we mentioned Liz Tufts. We say it, and she appears. Liz, what are you doing? Are you causing any more trouble?
I am having so much fun. I am so excited. I'm getting a little tired, but this is amazing. I'm so happy to be a part of this. Now, quickly, we're going to check back in with Arabella. She's snoozing. Can we pan the camera over to this little lady? So how has it been? I know the guns were going off. I saw you kind of blocking her ears, but I have not heard a peep out of her.
No, she's been great. She slept through most of it. The gun startled her a little bit, but she was still asleep.
How are you guys enjoying this so far?
It's been awesome. It was a great experience, so we'll definitely be back again.
And your little one, how old is this guy?
He's a little over 2.
And how is he reacting? So many people, you know, Elmo, Mickey and Minnie, all of them, Snow White. What has been his favorite?
Probably Mickey Mouse, and he's loved all of it. Every time someone went by, he asked for more. More, please.
All right, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'm going to send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Liz. We saw the Korean War veterans as Liz was chatting with that mom there. So glad the Korean War veterans could be here with us.
It is special.
As the years go by, fewer and fewer of them, unfortunately, but we thank those that are coming here, and we appreciate it so much.
Can you believe that baby slept right through it?
Right
Jumped
through
a little
it.
bit, but just
Now, how come the baby can make it and you can't? You keep jumping, the baby doesn't
I know, right? Even if I know it's coming, I still jump a little bit.
Maybe she's sleep training, the mom, trying to get baby to sleep through
Well, it's
noises.
working
Yeah,
really
that's
well.
a great technique.
That is a great technique.
Come to the Bristol 4th of July parade.
Another Korean War veteran there.
You notice a lot of gaps in the parade. There's a lot of stops and starts. A lot of it is because we want to chat with folks as they make their way by us. So the stop and starts, it's like a domino effect at a red light. The first car goes, and then there's a little delay, a little delay, a little delay. But we're getting it all on the same page here as we honor the Korean War veterans and the veterans of foreign wars who are making their way through here. Our spot, which you've got so many different angles. If you can't make it out to Bristol, this really is your best option.
Certainly is. Even if you're hanging out at home and you just have us on in the background.
Somebody's revving in. That's a cool convertible. He's got the pedal, ready to go. I'm going to floor it.
This veteran has some personality.
Yeah,
folks.
he's having some fun.
Having a lot of fun.
I would think, especially if you're from Rhode Island, that this has got to be one of your bucket list things that you have to.
Oh, you absolutely
have to make your way out to the 4th of July parade. If you're from Bristol, you have no choice. I mean, it's just it's in your DNA. You have to get here. You have to be a part of it. But if you're just a Rhode Islander and you say, you know what, I would like to go to that at least once, I would think that would be on your bucket list.
Absolutely. You can't live in Rhode Island and not go to the Bristol parade.
And you have kids and they're little and you take them out. What a great way to teach them about American history. Allie's starting to bebop here.
I am, because we have the Crossmen. They got 3rd place last night at the Drum and Bugle Corps competition from San Antonio, Texas.
They formed as a result of a merger in 1975 between two smaller corps in the outskirts of Philadelphia. They've grown to be a perennial drum corps international world champion finalist, reaching that finals 22 times in just 35 years. Let's listen.
Going for
They
sure. The clock
are.
is starting. Here we have the USS Providence.
Yeah, the submarine veterans of Rhode Island making their way through. We're going to take a quick momentary pause in our coverage of Bristol's 230th 4th of July celebration. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
You are watching ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Belize, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock. back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Paul Massey, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. So glad you're with us. If you've been watching all along, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just joining us, welcome and happy 4th of July from all of us here at ABC6. We are live from the corner of Hope and Church Streets, and we are just having a phenomenal time. The weather's just right for a parade.
We really are. Yeah.
Everybody's got their toes tapping, shoulders moving. We're having a good time.
It's a party down here.
It really is.
And if you're having a party and you're taking pictures, we ask that you tweet them to hashtag ABC6 Bristol 4th and share them with us. We've been doing the same thing, taking selfies. Up here because we don't really have anyone else to take our pictures. So we're just, we do our best. But
everyone's caught up watching the parade.
Yes. It is really exciting. We are in the Veterans Division.
And remembering D-Day here. I don't know if we can ever do enough to remember D-Day and everyone who made the sacrifices there in one crucial battle in World War II.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, sir.
We're being told that this gentleman right here is 90 years old and he drove one of those ships on D-Day. So we salute you for your service.
Do you see him there? Yeah.
Humbled to be in your presence. Grateful, thankful. He's not 90 either. How is that possible?
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Ask him for his ID.
I will.
That's what we were told. We say what we're told.
Up.
They tell us, we tell you.
Yes.
So
I keep getting caught up watching the parade.
I can't help but watch.
I
that's
do
the
same thing. I turn on and look.
And the cameras look so good. I got to say, toot our own horn here at ABC6. Toot, toot,
Toot,
but
toot.
porch cam, the jib cameras, the cameras on the street, they look so good, so crisp. The detail's fantastic. Really gives you a real taste of what it's like here at the Bristol 4th of July celebration.
Yes, that jib cam is the one that you see floating over our heads from some of the shots.
That looks real. That looks authentic to me.
Yeah, that does.
It says that's the Ted Williams Korean War jet.
Oh, that's right. Ted Williams was a fighter pilot back in the day in Korea. I love telling this story. I met John Glenn at Brown University years ago. And you get 5 minutes with John Glenn. 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes. Go ahead, kid. And there I am. Oh, hi, Mr. Glenn.
Your voice cracked up.
It's an honor to meet you. So he's telling me the story. So he's like, oh, you're a Red Sox fan. I said, yeah, I'm a Red Sox fan. He goes, did you know that Ted Williams and I flew together?
Wow.
John Glenn, Ted Williams flew together, two American heroes.
Wow. That's incredible.
It was fantastic.
Wow.
I always love telling that story because A, I get to say I met John Glenn, and B, the Ted Williams connection for all the Red Sox fans out here. But I was so nervous. Thanks, Mr. Glenn.
Your voice really cracked.
He's an astronaut. Yes. He's a war hero. He's a senator. Talk about a big bat.
Wow.
Now the Montezuma Cortez Marching Panthers Band from Cortez, Colorado.
Director Rodney Rithaler.
First time in Bristol, Doreen?
They are. They're new. And by the way, just in case you don't know, Cortez is in the extreme southwest corner of Colorado, right near the Four Corners.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool uniforms, too,
Well, welcome to Bristol, Montezuma Cortez Marching Panthers. Let's listen in.
Pardon my foot tapping, guys. I feel like I've tapped my feet for the last couple hours.
My son Jack said many years ago when he was little, a song came on the radio that he loved. He said, I love this song, Mommy. It makes my foot move. Oh, these songs make my foot move.
Absolutely.
Now coming up are the Vietnam veterans.
Robert Varese is the president. They were founded in 1978. It's the only national organization exclusively dedicated to Vietnam-era veterans and their families. Their principal, and what else could you have, really? It says, never again will one generation of veterans abandon another.
They have over 55,000 individual members, 47 state councils, and 600 local chapters. Do you hear that applause for these guys?
Absolutely incredible.
They promote and support all the issues that are important to Vietnam vets. Also trying to create a new identity for the generation of veterans from Vietnam and to change public perception of Vietnam veterans.
And coming up now, the Rolling Thunder, Rhode Island Chapter 1. They were incorporated in 1995. They're a nonprofit organization with over 90 chartered chapters throughout the U.S. Their members are old and young, men and women, veterans, even non-veterans.
But they are all united in the cause to bring full accountability for prisoners of war and those who are missing in action from all wars.
You can see there where veterans are being hugged. That's nice.
Wow.
Certainly a special moment
Going
there.
into the crowd. Great camera work there, guys, capturing that. John Methier, our director, fantastic job. Good eyes there, my friend.
And that's what we're talking about, that this parade really gives you that opportunity to have interaction with people and really feel a part of the patriotic pride that is the 4th of July.
And there's something about the Vietnam vets that people feel like I can go into the street and say hi and shake your hand. And I feel motivated to do it. I want to thank you for your service. And really, that was great camera work there to really show people a perspective that the folks in Bristol appreciate you so much.
I think one thing that this Bristol parade really does is it helps you to appreciate our veterans so much that maybe you don't just thank them today, you thank them every day and each time you see them. Because we shouldn't just thank them on the 4th of July and Memorial Day. It should be something that you're constantly doing.
At the very least, you're aware of it, Allie. You know, and the CB's here. But that's a great point you mentioned. Think about the veterans more than just once a year, but at the very least, once a year. Fallen but not forgotten, and never forgotten. The Navy CB Veterans of America out of Davisville, their job is a very important one. They build bases, they bulldoze, they pave thousands of miles of roads and airstrips. That way, when we need to get into a place, we need the planes to be able to land, we need to be able to set up bases, we need to be able to get jeeps and tanks and everything else going. The CBs are there to clear the way.
Pretty cool. Very skilled.
And I'm sure that Cute Float is doing a lot to get some good cheers from the crowd as well.
A lot of opportunities to take a lot of cool pictures.
Do you guys see that bike right there?
Yes.
What is that? That is
No, it's two wheels. It's just a really big front wheel.
Wow. I'd like to see him
If
try
I
to
would
take
fall
a ride
flat
on that.
my face.
Might be why he's standing
About
next
4
to
seconds on that and I'm gone. He gone.
You're not kidding.
More veterans joining us. Gentlemen, welcome. This is Team Red, White, and Blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they're a veterans advocate group. Their mission is to enrich the lives of American veterans by connecting them to their community through physical and social activities. They do fitness, social gatherings, and do races and events together.
And just coming onto the screen now, the Marching Ghost. Their first time in Bristol as well. Welcome to Rhode Island. Welcome to Bristol. This is the Bishop Grandin Marching Ghost. They're from Calgary, Canada.
And they were the exhibition band last night at Mount Hope High School.
Yeah, that's right, Ellie. They got everything kicked off. As they make their way to Hope and Church here, let's enjoy their talents. It's a big band, too. These are all high school kids, folks.
Over 100 of them.
They've been named Best Canadian Band, Best Junior Band, Best Overall Band.
Wow.
They performed in Europe, and Australia, New Zealand, even Japan. And now they're here in Bristol.
We have Engine 53 from Salesville.
An antique fire truck. All right, everybody, that's wrapping up our Veterans Division. Coming up next, the Freedom Division, when ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration continues right after this short break.
You are watching coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock. And now, back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture, brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Welcome back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration. We're now entering the Freedom Division, sponsored by Bank Newport. Things really moving along here, still a lot of applause. And have you noticed, guys, the crowds really haven't died down. People are sticking around through the whole thing. It's really nice to see.
We still have plenty more to come here as we go through. I want to mention the Marshal of this Freedom Division is Mr. Joseph Morenzi.
I like that float. Who are those little bears on that float? That is celebrating Rhode Island's children. Sponsored by the Rhode Island Association for the Education of Young Children, Bright Stars. Little bears on there waving their flags, getting in the spirit, enjoying the day. That's what the 4th of July is all about.
It really is a nice day, too, guys. I mean, it's not, we've been saying this all day,
yeah.
you know. Last year we were dodging the downpours of rain and the wind, and this year it's a little overcast, but it's cool, it's nice.
Actually, I think that float, guys, was the Knights of Columbus, because here we are with the celebrating Rhode Island's children float.
Oh, okay. My apologies.
Love all the balloons there.
Cute regardless.
There's the little guys.
Aw.
Can't go wrong with a flag shirt, young man. Good choice.
Nope.
Very stylish. It's a cool shirt. Very cool. Celebrating Rhode Island's children. Rhode Island Association for the Education of Young Children, Bright Stars. I don't think they could get another balloon on there. They might, maybe a little bit up higher, maybe. But
and they're a great resource for parents as well, with a lot of information about child care. So that's a place where a lot of parents in Rhode Island go for the helping hand when they need it.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a blast.
I'm having so much fun.
This
is just so much fun. We get paid for this? I don't want to say. Actually, do we get paid?
I don't know. It's a Saturday. I don't think we do.
We can't. This is fantastic. We're having such a good time. We're so glad you could be with us today for our live coverage. This is our signature event at ABC6, and we're thrilled to be a part of it. We're so glad you joined us today.
Coming up now, the Saints Brigade Drum and Bugle Corps from Port Chester, New York. Their director is Frank Barcella. We should mention they have 100 members, and they'll be performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade this year.
They know how to play to the crowd. The Saints Brigade Drum and Bugle Corps out of Port Chester, New York.
So we talked earlier about what it means to be part of a drum and bugle corps, and that it's a very rigorous process. These young men and women go through an audition process, and then they compete as a group. This is the only U.S. drum and bugle corps that doesn't charge any of their members a fee or a due so that they could be a part of this group.
Wow, that is incredible. And we were speaking with the drum corps coordinator, and he was telling us how much money it costs for them to do these trips and to travel.
Sure.
Some couple $1 million. You think about they travel constantly throughout the summer, and like you said, very competitive, very elite group of kids.
And that is the Bristol County Lions Club float there. Patriotic tribute to Bristol County for service to the community. As the Saints Brigade plays on. Enjoy that float there from the Bristol County Lions Club.
I'm loving the Adirondack chairs on there.
Yeah, that looks like a comfy seat.
It does, doesn't it? Lounge and take it all in.
And the other thing, you notice about the drum and bugle corps as they make their way through, the music ability is one thing, but the marching ability and the precision and the attention to detail is so noticeable. It just stands out. You see them, and I don't even know what I'm looking at, except that I know, boy, that looks really good.
Exactly.
It's entertaining, obviously, but they look sharp. It looks good.
When they try out, they have to send in tapes, and it's a rigorous process. It's not just, I see it for the first time and you're in. There's many divisions, and it's very rigorous. So these kids, we've watched what they can do. I think to be able to play the instruments like that and be able to march, and then some of them even add some dance moves in there too. That's not easy.
Falun Dafa Association of Rhode Island. Falun Dafa, traditional Chinese practice for improving the mind, body, and spirit.
Practitioners honor the core principles of the United States. They're thankful for the civil and religious freedoms provided by the U.S.
Now, Falun Dafa has been persecuted in China for nearly 13 years. As Doreen mentioned, they enjoy the core principles of the United States, and they're thankful to be here and the religious freedoms that they have in this country.
Some other members making their way through the crowds as well. Visiting with some of the folks who have lined up here all along Hope Street. The total parade route is a total of 2.5 miles, and they paint this red, white, and blue stripe so that you don't get lost.
Right, so you know which way you're going. Stay
they use over 100 gallons to paint that
I'm
stripe.
surprised it's not more than that, to be honest. I would think, because it's nice, thick coat. It looks great.
Well,
every
it's just
year.
a touch-up every year, though, right?
That's true.
They've been doing it since 1969, painting that stripe in the road.
It looks great. It really does. Here we have the Buffalo High School Marching Band from Buffalo, Minnesota.
Not New York. Buffalo, Minnesota.
And this is their first time here in Bristol. Welcome.
Welcome, yes.
They're under the direction of Scott Rebell.
Nicknamed the Herd.
The Buffalo High School Marching Band from Buffalo, Minnesota. Bristol, the Herd. Be very busy Herd this summer.
Yes.
One of 9 parades, Bristol is, that they'll be taking part in this summer. So they'll be traveling all over.
By the way, Buffalo High School has 200 musicians performing in 4 concert bands.
And another antique fire truck. Love the antique fire trucks. There's always a little nice touch with the fire trucks.
So pristine.
That wraps up our Freedom Division. When we come back, the Independence Division. Please stay with ABC6's live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration.
You are watching coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Welcome back to the Independence Division. It's brought to you by Bank 5. And we are listening to the West Central Marching Trojans Band. They're from Hartford, South Dakota. First time in Bristol, welcome.
It is one of our 8 new marching bands in the group this year, under the direction of Mr. Danny I. It's a great way to come back from commercial break. Little fanfare.
Yes.
The band playing us in.
Sounding great. It's awesome.
Crowd going strong here in Bristol. You know, I think this might just be the perfect parade weather. Not rain and not sun.
It's true. You know, you think of marathoners like to have it a certain temperature, not too hot, not too cold. I think parades are the same way in a sense. You don't want it to rain, obviously.
Obviously.
You don't want it to be super hot. But at the same time, you want it to be warm enough so you can wear shorts and a T-shirt. And
that cute 4th of July outfit you bought.
That's my biggest concern. My cute 4th of July outfit. Very important to me. Do you guys think I look cute or not?
Of course, John.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Begging for compliments. How sad is that?
We want to say hello to George Lima. He is our division marshal as he walks right past us there.
Yes. Hello, George. Rhode Island Shriners, ready to go. A wave to the camera. Hello, hello.
They have quite the contingency with them here today. Vans, trucks, buses, mini cars. They've got it all.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I'm going to be stomping my feet to these drum beats for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you could still hear them off in the distance.
Shriners from Cranston.
Good to see the Shriners. They're here every year. Much appreciated by the folks in Bristol, certainly by the 4th of July committee.
And I know you still see a lot of people shuffling through, but the crowd really doesn't look like it's dying down. People may be moving to try and keep up with the parade going down past this area.
The Shriners are like the staple of a parade, aren't they? A patriotic parade, you know the Shriners are going to be there.
You can count on the Shriners. You're right about that, Doreen.
You are watching ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture and brought to you by Belize, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
Hello, everyone. We are rolling right along here in the Independence Division of our 4th of July celebration coverage here on ABC6. The Shriners making their way through the streets of Bristol.
Like
Always
I said, they have a huge contingency.
They do, too.
They're big. The Shriners, they know how to travel, the Shriners.
They do. Look, they even got the artisan unit playing some music.
Love it. It's their Oriental band. Pretty cool. And there's Doreen's favorite, the cars.
The cars.
Doesn't that look like so much fun?
They look like they corner really well.
Yeah.
They can take a sharp turn.
They're good at whipping those 360s,
Stop on a dime. Fast and Furious right here.
Do you think they do rock, paper, scissors, I get to ride in the car?
Probably something official like that. Absolutely, yeah.
It's got to be something official like that.
That's
So you got to ride in one, Doreen?
I tried one year at the parade when I was on the sidelines, but, you know, they got to keep things moving.
How was it? Was it
unsuccessful?
Unsuccessful.
We'll just leave it there.
We'll leave it there, yeah. Here we have the Portuguese Roots American Grown Float, and they won. What did they win? What award did they win? Most original? Most original for this float.
They're sponsored by Seabra. Congratulations on your award.
I think you weren't you saying earlier, John, that so much time and effort goes into these floats, and so to get an award, I'm sure it feels like it paid off. And even if you don't, to be able to go down Hope Street and everybody's looking at it, still really special.
And they're playing music, too, which is always a good way to get the crowd going and in your favor as you go by.
American Grown.
Very festive there. Happy
Hello.
4th of July.
Happy 4th.
Bristol Rotary.
Mhm.
And again, the economic impact, we talk about the Rotary, of what this parade and the celebration and all the events leading up to it, the summer concert series down in Independence Park, culminated last night with the 4th of July fireworks, which sources say was phenomenal once again.
Sources say.
Sources say.
Your
Amy,
kids'
Amy and the boys
sources?
went, and
Right.
they had a great time. A huge crowd, and the perfect night for fireworks. It was clear skies for the most part. So, and that's the perfect backdrop. If you're ever going to light
Absolutely
off fireworks.
gorgeous.
And I'm sure these little guys were there. If not, they heard them, you know, if they're from the area.
Sure, a lot of people have plans to go see fireworks tonight. And according to Chelsea Priest from earlier, she said we might get a sprinkle later on, but nothing that would, of course, put an end to the fireworks show. So that's obviously an exciting thing.
We get to see Allie and Doreen and myself here through Porch Cam, which is one shot. And then we have another shot here. Our director, John Matthew, doing a great job showing everyone who can't be here what it's really like to be in Bristol on the 4th of July. They've been doing it, folks, for 230 years. They know what they're doing here. It started off as patriotic exercise by Reverend Henry Wright, saying, you know what, we've got to do something for the 4th. And it's turned into this.
What we're seeing now is the Edge drum line from Rehoboth with manager Sylvester Emerald. They do events and parties, people. They use a portable stage to do street performances.
And what's really cool about this group is they're going to perform at 2 fairs with glow-in-the-dark drums, sticks, and costumes. Glow-in-the-dark. Let's take a listen.
Well, that is some energy that will carry us through this next commercial break. You're watching ABC6's live coverage of the Bristol Parade. We'll be right back.
You are watching coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration presented by Carty's Furniture. Brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock. And now, back to ABC6's coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration, presented by Carty's Furniture, and brought to you by Paul Massey, Quarry Brothers, and Unilock.
And welcome back to ABC6's coverage of the Bristol 4th of July celebration, 230th, if you can believe it. Still rolling along nicely here. We have the Rancho Folklorico Club, Social Portuguese Club from Pawtucket.
Happy
Fun group.
4th.
Really
They are
fun
having
group.
fun. They're actually playing that music for us.
I gotta say, it's so nice, all the different sounds that we get to hear.
Yes.
We've had a really nice mix today.
You can see each dancer dressed in a unique costume that portrays the traditional dress of a certain region in Portugal, whether it's the Azores or Madeira.
They're doing this the whole parade route. You know, you talk about marching through. That's one way to do it. Of course, this organization focuses on preserving Portuguese tradition and culture.
Certainly a strong Portuguese influence. A lot of members of the Portuguese community here in the East Bay and Bristol, in southeastern Massachusetts. They must be so proud.
They really sound great, too.
What we're seeing here is the great soldier of the Revolutionary War float from the Portuguese Continental Union.
Hello, happy 4th of July. Look at those little faces.
And that's a picture there of Peter Francisco. He was a remarkable Revolutionary War soldier, and if you can believe it, guys, he's described as have been 260 pounds, 6 feet 8 inches tall.
And those little kids there are the Bristol Theater Company riding on a hay wagon.
Notice the smiles and how they know how to play to the camera.
Absolutely.
These are some trained kids.
Yes.
Shrek the musical shirts they're wearing as they sing the songs. Look out, Broadway. Here these kids come, right?
Natural performers right there, Doreen.
They are.
I'm a believer.
American Red Cross, the Rhode Island chapter, a volunteer organization dealing with humanitarian efforts, helping those in need.
Got a little doggy here.
Yeah, they do so much to help
I was just
people.
thinking, Doreen, how many stories where there's a fire, there's a disaster of some kind, and the tagline is always, the American Red Cross is assisting them.
Right, exactly. And speaking of assistance, Rhode Island 211 from the United Way, the statewide 24/7 information and referral center for emails, chat, and of course, their van as well. Taken over 1 million calls since it started in 2007.
I know when we do our continuous storm coverage, part of that is always letting people know about the United Way's 211, about the help and the resources that are available for folks. And they really do a lot of great work here for people in our state of Rhode Island. And what a day this has been. And we're winding it down. We're not there yet. We're close. We're
Not
almost
yet.
there. But
We don't want it to end. It's been so fun today.
But it really has. It's been different in the sense that the weather's been fine. The crowds have been great. There's a sense of community. There's an awareness here that I felt it's a little different this year. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but there's a certain vibe here. Maybe it's all the new bands. A lot of different energy.
Oh, the band from the Bahamas was great from Nassau.
Absolutely.
They were
right
incredible.
now, we are seeing the Bertha Hewitt Marching Band. They've been here before, though. They are the color guard director, Sean Moeller, and Amy Morris, and
Where
their
are they
head
from,
director, Sean Rubeshki. They're from Bertha, Minnesota.
Minnesota, okay.
Minnesota. Dancers here from Extension's School of Dance performing for the crowd.
They're from Bristol.
Oh, Christmas in July, friends? Is that the case?
I didn't know I had to get a present.
Is that Santa?
Where is Santa? Oh,
There's Santa.
It's a little different from the sleigh ride.
Santa can dress down for the 4th of July parade.
Sure
no
can.
need for the red
He's
suit.
he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Very relaxed. It's casual Santa.
Yes, casual Santa. He has, no pressure on him this time of year.
And he's lost a few pounds too, which is good. He can take that Christmas weight off and enjoy through the summer. The red suit is in the closet for now.
Santa still gets a good reaction from the crowd.
The little
Kids are,
bears.
do I need a list?
Exactly. Santa, I wasn't prepared.
How do I sit on his lap when he's up there, Mom and Dad?
He's got a water ski on the back of his convertible, too.
Love it. Absolutely love
Very
it.
nice. Very nice. He's with the Bristol
Well done,
Christmas
Santa. Well
Festival
done.
Committee.
I hope you've enjoyed our porch cam from Leonard Place as we glide along here at the level that we're watching it, and you're getting to watch it as well. Another antique fire truck owned by Richard Norbert. Columbus Oil antique oil truck. There it is. There's Columbus, the antique fire truck, and we had the Columbus Oil antique truck there as well. Can't believe that was an oil truck.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that pumping more than a few gallons at a time compared to
Right?
the big ones that come outside my house now. My goodness. Fire trucks really haven't changed much over the years, though. If you look,
Oh, no.
Mr.
Who is
Potato
this?
Head. Can't be the end of the parade.
Is he
yet.
waving goodbye? We don't want to say goodbye.
The traditional end of the parade here.
All right, let's start it over. Back from the beginning.
Oh, it's really been a fantastic parade. We've felt so much energy and so much patriotism from this crowd. And Liz Tufts is down among the people there, and she joins us now with another guest. Hi, Liz.
Hey, guys. I am still dancing. I can't believe it took this long for me to actually make my way to the Bristol 4th of July parade. It's been an unbelievable day. The weather, great. I mean, it's not too sunny, but it's still held up. I want to introduce you to this couple. They're very special. Their name is Samantha and Dawn, and they're from Massachusetts. But guys, they are newlyweds. They got married 2 days ago, and they planned everything, their marriage, around this parade. Why?
We've been coming to the 4th of July parade for years. My extended family's from Bristol, and we just thought it'd be a great time to get family together. We have people from all over the country. We have Chicago, Florida, California, North Dakota, Alabama. So it's just a great week, a great weekend.
That is so awesome. Yeah. So how do you think it went today? I mean, it was perfect, right?
Oh, it was a perfect day. It was a perfect day. My in-laws are staying right up the road. We had a great spot here, watching you guys all day, and it was awesome. Perfect day.
And what are your in-laws and your out-of-state family? What do they think? This is the oldest parade in the country. Hello.
Yeah, some of them didn't know that, so it was a big surprise, and they're just embracing it. They love being here and being in Bristol.
Awesome. Congratulations. Now, I have to ask, where is this? Are you going on a honeymoon, or what's next?
We wanted to stay here and hang out with family. We love the summers here in Rhode Island, so we're staying here for a while, and then we're going to do a honeymoon in November.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Happy 4th, everybody.
Happy 4th. You guys, thank you so much. I met so many great people today. You guys did awesome up there on the anchor desk. I'm going to send it back to you.
We did awesome. You did great. You introduced us to so many fun people. We met that little 2-week-old girl that was so cute. She slept through all the muskets. I don't know how she did it. And we met a couple that Liz encouraged to have children, as well as the newlyweds right there. I mean, how much fun is that?
Yeah.
All kinds of different people. Really a good time today.
Common thing with Liz, though, finding all the love bugs.
Of course. She finds the romance in the 4th of July.
There's romance in the 4th? Absolutely. People come from all over to be a part of this parade. Everyone has a different reason for being here, but at the end of the day, it's just a fantastic experience, a unique slice of America right here.
Yeah. It really is. So many people we want to thank, too, because there are a lot of folks that came together to really make all of this happen.
All the sponsors. You're right. Cardi's Furniture, our title sponsor. Thank you so much to Cardi's.
And we want to thank Unilock and Quarry Brothers for this gorgeous set.
It is absolutely beautiful. And the flowers are gorgeous as well.
They're from J&L Landscaping and Garden Center. And, of course, guys, who could forget the food from Leo?
From Leo's.
From Paul Mancini over at Leo's.
Of Leo's. We still haven't gotten any of the sausages he was supposed to bring over to us.
That's right. I don't know. Liz might have handed them out to the crowd.
She may have. She may have. She may have. But it really has been a super incredible experience for us here today. I know we've been here year after year, and it's just been wonderful.
It really has been. That wraps up our coverage here from ABC6, live coverage of the 230th Bristol 4th of July celebration from all of us here at ABC6. For Doreen Scanlon, for Alexandra Colley, I'm John DeLuca. Thank you so much for watching, and happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yes, happy 4th.
ABC6's coverage of the Bristol 4th of July Parade has been presented by Cardi's Furniture and brought to you by New England Toyota, Quarry Brothers, Paul Massey, Unilock, and Balise.
And we want to take a moment.
Hope.
I was going to say, Ray, you don't have to answer that.
Check out the
concert for 6 presidents.
What I really love about them.
4th of July, ladies. There's a little girl. She was on the side of Hope Street watching.